because. I mean, some websites, if I don't go on for over a week, they'll just log me out of them. Well, that might just be more mechanic of...
It's also on the off chance that this fucking thing loads the game as well. Or is it going to be a dick? No, it's going to be a dick.
What, something go wrong?
I had this when we were setting up to play Cyberpunk, where for some reason Firefox is just outright refusing to load Roll20. Like, I can go onto the website, I can log in as soon as I tell it to launch the game. It seems to load and everything, but it stays on a blank screen.
Well, there's
Weird.
a problem using Firefox.
Better than Chrome. Says a
I
guy
use
who
Edge.
generally uses Chrome.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, maybe you should change that.
There were a
Just
couple I wanted.
suggesting.
There were a couple I wanted to look into, and I completely forgot what they were. So it's kind of a moot point in even bringing it up. But I did anyway. Ah, deal with it.
Was the other one Strong Bad's browser for cool people?
No,
Damn.
I've never heard of any of these. Didn't even know they existed.
Oh my god, Eva Garcia, shut your whore mouth.
What?
No one likes you. You talk absolute shit.
What?
And half the time you sound like a fucking Valley girl.
We are
It
on
would've been-
stream. What?
Oh, perfect. Let's say if that's the first thing everybody hears. Ah.
No, seriously, that NPC. Oh, I hate her voice lines that you hear every time you're near broadcasting in Division 2. I just hate the crap that she comes out with. It's even worse when she starts dropping the word like after damn near every other word. When she's talking about, like, remember how people, like, used to, like, grow, like, food out of the ground?
Oh my
like-
god, a volley girl.
Yeah, like, oh my god. It just, I want to, oh my god, your face off a building. At ballistic speeds.
Mm-hmm.
She just infuriates me because she sounds so dumb.
Oh.
I mean, one of my character ideas is to basically play the Valley Girl Barbarian. I am so 300% done with this. Rage.
I mean, to be fair, that would be hilarious. Like, oh my god, you chipped my nail! Barbarian Rage kicks in and she takes a sledgehammer to some dude. Like, that's funny.
This is Starbucks. Kick.
But Haunted House always feels like it's way further into the Outcast area.
Actually, I'm sitting here thinking about it. They brought it up. Have you tried the Descent thing?
I have. Didn't go well.
So who tried to what now?
The
Descent.
subgame?
Yes, it's not that great.
All right.
I
didn't
for
think
solo
it would be.
anyway. Yeah, they're trying to get on that like kind of enemy hell thing with, you know, you get you like pick your you get random drops and, you know, you're hoping to get good stuff.
Oh, yeah,
You
it's a
kind of
roguelike.
make her. Yeah.
And I'm back.
I
Welcome
don't
back.
personally like it as a solo,
Good timing.
but potentially for a group. Hey, Raiden, have a look at your Discord messages and answer my question, please. It would be nice. Thank you.
Meh.
Like on Steam or Stream, you said?
As
On Steam.
yes, on Steam.
No.
No, are you sure that's not you?
Just sent.
Yeah. I had a feeling. I wanted to make sure.
Who's knocking at my door? Oh my goodness, it's fire.
It's the Division.
It's a division. FBI.
Panic. I mean,
I actually
pretty
have
much.
you on stream. I
Yeah.
have you actually added on here. Because you're using one of the Conan.
Yeah.
Anyway, stream is live, folks. So
Yeah, I'm just sitting there waiting.
hurry, no time
Bum,
to-
bum, bum. We're about to start.
Because while stream is live, we haven't technically
Fuck
started,
did
so
you
Karsa
do?
goes through her opening title spiel.
Oh, some bitch.
Yeah.
Ah.
Which, speaking of which, this is Karsa,
whore.
Karsa, KKWX. Karsa's my name, KKWX is my empire. And my friends here
Oh, God,
are
I'm not gonna play it.
something else. Alright guys, let's get started. We are working on Godbound, Opus Trust Issues. Where's my axe? Dang it, where is my axe?
Oh, new game to play, so fuck it.
Okay, so can you hear me, Raiden?
Yeah.
Okay, because you were talking.
Uh,
he-
now
he's
bought me a
comment-
game, I gotta play it
he's-
now.
Commenting on me being absolutely cruel.
Oh, how nice. Anyway,
I'm being an enabler right now.
yeah, I can
He
tell.
is.
Alright, well, cool. Just on right now. This is
Oh, wow.
Godbound Opus Trust Issues, and we're going to be doing this season 2, part 2 of the downtime, the calm before the storm. Let's get to it.
Yes, more faction movement stuff.
I can give you my entire stream worth of faction movements, which are PMC got a PMC.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
I don't think that far ahead. I have
PMC.
no distant plans.
Dog, I heard you like the PMC, so we put a PMC inside your PMC, so you can PMC while you PMC, aka the HR.
What was that? The HR gig or PMC?
No, aka the HR department.
Oh.
Well,
Uh,
those,
Well, I mean, it depends. Are we going to get some KFC?
you might.
That's a
you
deciding
might.
factor. I
Anyway.
might get some KMC from a PMC.
Well, yeah, we could totally get KFC because
My God.
SOB is still around.
Jeez.
Nice. Yeah, we'll get some KFC for the Colonel.
Okay, so,
So
speaking.
let's re-rail things.
Yeah, you've already railed it all the way to Kingdom Come.
Raising.
Raising.
Jeez.
Womp womp.
Okay. Ignis is not going to be here until maybe at the end, so... But he did pretty much tell me what he was doing for his character. So we're going to go by day, and we've already done the first day. If I remember correctly, yeah, you're PMCing.
Yep.
Civ, you're building up strength. And
Yeah.
extending your interests. Cormac, you're liberating the FN vehicles and using them to get out of town. And you
Yeah.
also talked to Liz's faction. Civ, you do know that Liz was taken by Mitchell. And
Pretty sure the entire party knows that at this stage.
well, you actually did the query and everything on that. And then Raiden, you gained 1 Dominion power, and you've gained some interest with Ignis, as well as... Is there anything I missed? No? Yes?
I don't think so.
I think that's everything. Okay. So,
I mean, I got my parents out,
yeah, you did get your parents out.
so there's also that.
Yep.
Other than that, that pretty much sums it up.
Oh, and you were working on housing for your first month.
Yeah. And then months 2 through 5 are train.
Your housing
Yes.
is basically a train depot.
I mean,
Accurate assessment.
effectively I could make that, but it's just
There's a
working on.
little village near it, but it's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, let's just be honest here. I could build a village in a couple days or a month.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Okay, there it goes.
At least I think it's a village in a month.
Right. Gotta get the little hole in the little hole.
What was it a week?
Phrasing.
Damn it, woman, would you learn some phrasing?
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes, the round peg in the square hole.
I
We
mean,
have now we have the triangle piece. Where does that go? That's
The
right, in the square hole.
With friends like these.
I
who
always
needs
just love-
enemies?
I love that bit in Idiocracy where the guy's got the square and he's trying to put it in the square hole, but he's holding it diagonally and just not understanding.
Uh-huh. So. Right.
Right idea, wrong execution.
Let's go with
Because
we're in month 2. Who wants to
I will
start?
say, sorry.
I randomly vote Shiv.
Shiv.
Yeah, fuck it, Shiv.
We're doing faction turns. What does your month 2 look like? First for your internal and then your external.
Honestly, God damn it, I need to read the damn thing again.
That you do.
You're probably gonna build strength for your internal.
Honestly, yeah, for internal build strength.
Okay.
External, just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess.
Do you remember how to do the roll?
Yeah, it's a D6.
Roll me a d6, please.
I gained strength, yay.
Congratulations, you gained some strength for the
The Techno
first
Monks.
month. Yay! Anything you're going to do externally?
I forgot what I did last time.
I can tell you. I wrote it down.
Yeah, so
That's
you,
good.
You were extending
Pretty-
your interest and building up your network.
And I'll just keep doing that.
yeah, but which faction are you picking? Other than your own?
Well, I did yours last time, didn't I?
Nope.
No, you did not.
Actually, I don't think I don't think who you picked last time.
No, you just picked that you were going to start sending a network out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
isn't
honestly
a
something I'm
faction
already
thing.
doing. Which honestly is something I'm already doing passively. To
Right.
start sending people to
But
deal with the network stuff.
you have
Uh,
other factions you need to work with. So, which
I guess I
faction-
could try and work with Raiden's people.
All right. I'll let you guys take over the conversation then.
I mean, I'll
Yeah,
just let
like-
it happen.
You'll
Yeah,
just-
Shiv just kind of calls up Raiden and says, "Hey, there's a network expanding in your direction. It kind of happens passively. I'll send people to help out with some stuff."
There's a new Wi-Fi ISP in your area. Here's where you can get. Here's what you can get. Here are the
my God.
benefits.
Oh my god, That's what his faction turn is for building strength. He's literally printing AOL CDs and sending them out to people.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. I can see-
Your 93 hours of America Online.
Yep.
What the fuck is America?
It's Shiv Online or Scorpio Online.
What name are we going? Because it's not Oracle.
Oh no,
You know
Oracle
what?
Online. That would
You know
be
what?
funny.
You know what? SOL Scorpio Online.
Scorpio Online.
Fuck is this shit?
You get what? You literally get dropped half a ton of internet data. Because I think they would qualify as half a ton of.
The better part is he goes directly on his like phone thing. I'm like, the fuck is this?
And you
Wait.
look, and there's just a bunch of satellites that pop up on all of your buildings.
The fuck?
Really?
I could just picture Raiden going mental because of all this malware that's actually just Shiv's network.
Well, play it out.
Yeah, Shiv gets called back. Shiv just immediately says, "I did warn you."
Motherfucker, you didn't even warn me for shit!
I said it was heading your way. I said it was happening passively. Here's the payload.
Now my phone won't turn off, motherfucker!
That's not a bad thing.
It won't turn on either!
Did you try hitting it?
How about I come over there and hit you?
I think you have some external strife going on here.
No. It's
Would
just
it help?
riding.
Would it
Riding
help if I
shift,
said some
riding
tech
shift.
support? Would it help if I said some tech support?
I mean, probably, considering the fact that half your shit looks like it's malware. I think there's a Trojan horse in there, too.
They'll be there within like the next 3 to 7 hours. And by that we mean 3 to 7 business days.
They'll be there somewhere between 9 and 5 on Tuesday of the next week of the next month.
Hey, Shiv, do me a favor. Tell me exactly where you're at right now.
Considering I'm on my network, I am sitting where I am sitting.
So you're sitting in your usual spot, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. Next thing,
right,
Shiv goes, he gets a wrench thrown in his head.
How did I know that's where that was going? Ow! You guys are like 5 miles away!
And you think it's gonna stop me?
I don't even think a lead wall from orbit could stop you.
No, it would.
All right.
It just go around the lead wall.
Neat.
So you still accept it, Raiden? Or okay.
Yeah,
so
no, it's just
is
Raiden giving him
successful.
shit.
Okay.
The tech support eventually arrives after we're done with the faction turns.
Right.
It's Raiden giving him shit.
That
That's
do
all.
be how internet service providers feel like sometimes.
I'm sure.
Now,
Okay.
the flip side of this is the next day after you're done with this conversation, Raiden out of nowhere just carpet bombs you with brochures about the factory extended warranties.
On the upside,
You know what? You need to make another little drone that you can send up, and every time Shiv thinks he can go to sleep, it just crawls up and starts whispering in his ear, "Hi, we've been trying to contact you about your extended warranty."
You should gonna do that one.
No, wait, sorry, you're not the Godbound of torturous intent.
I'm just gonna do that one.
so what is the ascended Raiden gonna do for his internal and external?
For the internal build power.
Internal build
Roll that
strength.
d6.
I need to move my head.
Damn. Well, at least it wasn't a 1.
Oh well, I didn't get shit.
And what's your trouble
Isn't this
score
the
looking
second
like?
time that
Actually,
this
I
has
actually
happened
did
to
get
you? Poor guy.
Hold on. Does trouble have to be equal or greater than?
Not greater than.
Greater
Okay, no, I
than.
didn't get shit.
Aw.
No,
Well, at least you didn't roll one.
I got a 6 the first time.
I
So
think
I
me
still
and
have
Nav
one.
failed the first time.
Oh, it was you and Knob. Okay.
External, I'm gonna put.
Or was it me and Ignis? I think it was me and Ignis.
I think it was you and Ignis.
Okay, we're
because
done
I'm pretty sure I
Ignis,
got
so gonna put interest into. Shit, I guess I'll put interest into Navs.
Okay. I'll let you guys have the floor and talk about it.
Because who doesn't need weapons, especially for a private military group?
True.
Okay, so I technically then have 2 arms suppliers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. You go through Ignis, and technically Ignis goes through a bunch of other people, and at some point, including Raiden.
It's like, here's the thing: you have Ignis's, so you have like the stuff that he can procure stuff from off planet. Then you have Raiden, where you're just like, hey, I need 2 tons worth of assault. Wait, why are they here already?
Pretty much, yeah. Hey, I need as much ammo as you could provide within a day. Done.
And you basically get a Jawa sandcrawler that is nothing but ammo.
We give you 60% more bullet per bullet.
No, we aren't
Or
aperture
basically,
science.
it's like, or it's in other words, it's like, hey, I need this heavily customized gun. Okay. Give me like a day.
Okay, so.
Actually, I think at that point you could do that in an hour.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So, Riley, you accept?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
Like, hey, I need a gun that shoots lasers.
Well,
Challenge
I mean,
accepted.
to be fair, I have guns that shoot lasers. But
I need a gun that shoots more guns, but while those guns are flying, they also shoot bullets.
just
Yeah.
give Raiden let him think for a minute. Okay, I got this. Challenge
Wait,
accepted.
Actually, wait, I have exactly what this is. Ignis supplies you with the standard guns, you know, the stuff you always want to see. Now it's good. It's good. It's above average to even like great. Raiden gives you Borderlands guns.
Actually, effectively, I could.
Which are functional.
Yeah, effectively, I could give you the guns that when you reload, they just hover in the air and just fire too. The sentry guns. Effectively,
man,
I could do that.
You give him the TD or grenade guns.
Yeah, I could do that too.
So the downside is yours don't come back automatically.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet. Definitely yet.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, the chances are what I would actually contract you for is like drones and shit. Because
Oh yeah, no, easy.
I know you make a ton of drones.
Hell,
And all the
Raiden's
drones
are
also,
making drones.
and those
And,
drones
yeah.
also have Borderlands tech.
I was going to say, I mean, there's nothing to say that drones can't do bullets. I mean, look at the Division.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest here, okay? Raiden's drones are building drones that help build stuff while also building houses. So it's like half of his drones are building houses, half of his other drones are building more drones.
He is in fact Dr. Drone.
Yes.
And then
Great.
secretly, unbeknownst to everyone else, the houses also shoot bullets.
I mean, unbeknownst to anyone else, that there is a turret in them.
Occasionally they shoot bullets the wrong way.
But you
Why
don't
shoot
want to
against-
kill the residents.
I was actually picturing the psycho drone builder guy. He's like, oh, I'll build houses, which are secretly drones. Like, you have no idea, but one day your house just starts vibrating and then just legs pop out of the ground and it just picks up and walks away.
Wait, no, that is what Baba Yaga is in this universe.
Yeah,
God.
it's him. He is.
Oh my god,
That's
Raiden's
literally-
Baba Yaga!
Ryder's the Baba Yaga now.
How did we get here?
All right,
Very easily.
Riley. Your internal action and external action, please.
Our internal action is PMC going to PMC, so build strength basically.
Okay. Roll.
Is should be that one. Yeah, we get it.
Hey, Lisa.
Nice.
Hey, you didn't
Also-
fail.
Also, what should we be adding on this for successful stuff?
I
One
think it's
Dominion.
like 1 Dominion.
Yeah.
In the group thing.
Yeah, specifically to your faction, not you.
Oh yeah.
Alright, that also means I gotta add a Dominion to my faction thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Your factions can basically do the same shit that you can do with Dominion, except they cannot do impossible changes. So they can't do basically what me and Raiden did to our area.
Yeah, because
Right.
that was you guys specifically.
But they can use that to enact change on their own own area and doing things otherwise.
Yeah. It's just the limit is they can't do impossible changes. They can do implausible, because they are still your faction and still have a minor amount of your abilities, but anybody can do implausible changes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. For your external action?
External is probably going to be the assistance as well.
Aid an ally? Who are you aiding?
That's what it's called. Where is that thing? Because I actually just need to double check. Don't really have rivals to attack. Blah blah blah.
I mean, you could see if there's other PMCs in the city. And just hit them with a "fuck you, I'm taking you out" on my way out of the city.
Oh, I mean, I'm not exactly leaving the city. At
Yeah.
least not for another 3 months in game time. Yeah, it's probably going to be the aid an ally. I mean, we know that they're still liable to be parts of FN kicking about. They're not completely removed.
They're just
They're
stabilized.
mostly gone.
Right, so what are you doing with them?
Well, because I know, like, in character, I know Cormac and his group aren't, like, adverse to having a lot of conflict going on. Like, they can protect themselves. Ignis's weapons and manufacturing and stuff. Plus, he also already has contracts with mine for protection. So, in regards to that, let's do /roll 1d2 and see who it comes up with. Right, unfortunately, the dice do not favor Raiden. Because I was just going on Shiv or Raiden for that. So, because he's got a bunch of techno monks that suck at combat.
Oh boy, do they.
I'm going to send a bunch of dudes on a training op, which is essentially to murder everyone there. No, actually, it's to go over to Shiv's area and like make sure no one sneaks around and tries to ice them in the middle of the night. Basically, the aid that I'm providing is like security in the area.
Cool.
Since I know a lot of his people aren't combat.
I mean, Raiden's at least know how to shoot guns, so I mean,
to be fair, that's why I kind of came between your two factions, because I know both of your factions like have a bunch of civilians with you.
and there's also Raiden's drones,
Essentially,
too.
my entire faction is combat.
I mean, that's fair.
Technically speaking.
I mean, where Shiv can only target like a few people at a time, Raiden's just AoE.
Well, yeah, you're just like, I snap my fingers and artillery.
Exactly.
Oh, what's that? 155mm cannon on another one. Don't mind if I fire it. Boom.
Meanwhile, as Shiv, you just got aged from 60 feet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When it comes to like artillery barrages, aging someone within 60 feet, it's kind of small beans.
Yeah.
I think that was
You
Chip's
don't know
point. He
their
just didn't say it
age.
very.
Yeah, I mean, Raiden can, you know, flip his fingers and have his artillery strikes on artillery strikes, and then he ages people as well. They go from being alive to the age of dead.
Exactly.
They,
I just
they could
helped them
never
meet
be
their
much
maker.
older than they are now.
No, no.
Yeah,
They go
I just
from
helped
the
them
age
meet
they
their
are
maker.
now to never needing to age again.
exactly.
All right.
True.
Do you accept Civ?
Yeah. Yeah.
That seemed kind of
Yeah.
coerced. You want to say that again?
Yeah,
Do
he
you-
accepts
do you
them. I
ex-
realize how pathetic we are competitively.
It's not so much pathetic, right? I mean, because the thing is, right, Cormac's group, a lot of his people have, you know, combat experience, or at least in terms of being able to hold their own in like fights and shit, right? They're from that kind of background.
My people, we are librarians.
Exactly. You got a bunch of book nerds. And when it comes to Raiden's, like, if he has to weather an attack, he can literally build a shit ton of walls. He can build fortifications.
Yeah.
Like, really fast. And that's not taken into account his literal, I snap my fingers and shit appears.
Right.
Or a literal case of, okay, everyone behind this wall, and I'm gonna go nuke.
I mean, and he also, if his faction's getting attacked, mine's probably getting attacked too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
pretty much.
He's just right next.
Yeah,
It is
whereas,
literally right next door.
Was it Nepi is that the place that you're at, Shiv?
Yeah, it's a giant ass.
Yeah,
it's a
I
giant
find
ass quarry.
I find it funny that the place that Site Secure would set up is literally the Cormac / Raiden side. So you got all the combat stuff over there, and then a bunch of book nerds.
Pretty
Or-
much.
All right.
So we put a protective detail on that area basically under the guise for my dudes of training up. So
Okay.
technically speaking, it's not a contract.
All right. During this time of this month, when you send them off to training, you have a little bit of dissension in your ranks, not really wanting to go and find out where Nepi is. Some people are like, "Why are we going out there?
Why are we defending these dudes?
What? I thought we were supposed to stay in Opus. Isn't there like radiation that we have to deal with? Oh, there's a lot of dissension going on. That's what my role is. What do you do about it?
What I do about it is, when you guys got like the huge file on how little radiation there is out there and all the other life that's teeming about the planet,
Mm-hmm.
that was like fully group shared, wasn't it?
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
access to it.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, I sit everyone down in a big meeting hall in the current Opus HQ, and they basically get shown this is what's outside. This is Opus here, right? We show them like a drone shot or something. Like, this is Opus here where the big dome is, right? That's where your dumbasses are. See out here where there's like no radiation symbols. That's where you're going. You will be fine.
But what about how to get in between? This part here is extremely radiated, and they show you on the
It's
map.
called the tunnel network.
Oh,
Because they would get a full briefing on like because there is the tunnel that leads outside.
okay.
Plus, anyone that requires a bit of diver training, well, there is a way. It's called the river. You can swim through it.
I was just say the tunnel only goes out to where it just exits Opus. You still have to deal with the radiation for that though.
Oh, that's fine.
Because-
It's called radiation suits, and you can create those easily. Therefore, so can I.
Yeah.
Because
Or
I have
you
that
just get
ability.
radioactive, like you just get the cars that have radioactive shielding.
Yeah.
Those are currently in use.
It doesn't mean that effectively you could do that to some cars. Some of our own.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with that. If that's considered, if like modifying some vehicles to be radiation proof, at least to the point of being easily transferred through that area, if that's easy for Raiden, I can do it. because anything that's easy
Well, the thing
for
is,
the
it
world
wasn't
of
even
engineering.
Raiden didn't even do it. It was FN's.
You're getting a little too bogged down in the minute details. The logistics are, it can be done.
Yeah, that's true.
It can be done, therefore it can be done.
Yeah, I mean,
The
that's
problem-
just my point. If
The
it's-
problem isn't the logistics. The problem is he has to convince his own people, who are kind of being assholes towards what they've basically just been told to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
You get a few that are a little bit frustrated about it, not really wanting to go out there, but most of them are okay with this, and that they'll find out sooner or later that this place is not too bad.
Yeah, because it's also the thing where we are not a specific combat group. We don't intend to focus on frontline fighting.
What do you do about the 4 people who do not go out or want to go out?
You go, you smash up the bathrooms. There, you're on latrine duty.
I mean,
No, that's a big move. What do you think I am? A drill instructor with a hate board?
so, do you want the funny answer?
Probably.
The nerds make the best hentai.
I mean, yeah. You know what? Let's do background searches on these dudes. Are they into nerd porn?
Oh,
Oh
let's find out.
Because then
Percentile roll time!
there's a bunch of nerds out there that need protecting.
Some of you guys, why are we protecting the nerds?
They seriously need protection. Oh, jeez. No, that doesn't help.
The general gist would basically be, you get shown the equipment, like, you're not running out there in your fucking Y-fronts. You're not gonna have your face melted off.
Right. They're still, these 4 are just like, I don't know, boss. I'd rather do something in the city than here. I mean, aren't we supposed to be protecting the city?
We are protecting the city. We also have a sizable chunk of the civilian population has left.
Well, then what about protecting the ones that are here?
As far as I'm concerned, well, I mean, we're not lifting everything from here and sending them out.
Okay. What are we doing?
That would be dumb. Plus, we have a location here. I'm not going to leave this unguarded so some asshole could come in and take this. You know what? Generally, I would probably say we would leave Snake in charge of like the day-to-day running of the stuff in the city. So it's effectively getting bumped down the chain. It's going to be you guys are going to be assigned to him, and he will have you, I don't know, protect the parking lot here or something. You know, he will find stuff for you in the city.
What do you
along
want
with the
to
other
give
people
them
remaining.
for them to be interested in even working with you?
Access to technology and knowledge.
What kind of knowledge? Why would they want to work with you? What are you going to get them in return?
Well, we are librarians. That is a loaded question, but so was my response. That was a loaded response.
Loaded with bullshit.
I mean, we have information. We are smart people.
That's true.
I mean, these 4 are basically being told, hey, you're going to go to the wastelands. And they don't want to go. I mean, there's more than 4 that are going there, but these 4 really don't want to go because, quite frankly, they've never been out there other than when you guys went to FN. And you didn't all go. You couldn't have taken everybody. and it's kind of like they're getting shafted to go to your place, or they feel that way. The question is, what are you going to do to entice them? Shiv.
That's actually a good question. Because I need to think, like, what the hell would these guys even want?
Well, what
Hear me
does
out.
any man want?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Weaponized drones.
That's what you've got.
No, I do not actually have that.
Oh.
I couldn't help make them, but I do not have them.
I mean, gotta remind them that if they're out there, they also have access to the other factions if they decide to just kind of wander off one day.
We have holodeck technology, yes?
Yes.
There you go, video games.
I will
Right,
work on constructing a holodeck.
What I was actually considering is, for the purposes of this, effectively I could contact Raiden and be like, you got a day you could come and help me convert a floor of this building into a holodeck for training purposes.
I mean, yeah, it'd probably take me less than a day, actually. But yeah.
It probably would, and I'll pay you and whatnot if, or offer you some service, whatever.
Okay, so are you gonna put this holodeck near Neppy then?
Or
This would be in the Site Secure HQ in Opus.
That way you have
Opus.
something to look forward to.
Specifically for the purposes of, like, because it is a good point, that whole thing, where if you've never been outside the city, yes, that can be some scary shit.
Exactly.
Because you've literally lived your life in the city the entire time.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
yeah,
being able to be like, right, well, you know what, we'll take a bunch of dudes, we'll train you up in, like, jungle conflict, desert conflict, that whole thing. Then that's really useful to have that, being able to do that in the city. It's not exactly like we can.
You get your free 90-hour demo disc from Shiv.
Oh, great.
No, wait, better yet.
Yeah, we got shit out a lock disc.
Hold on, I've got an idea.
Somebody finally made the joke.
Hold on.
I've been waiting for an opportunity.
I've got an idea. Shiv, instead of that, Shiv makes a hyper-realistic setting, like a training setting, okay?
Yeah.
Raiden makes the gear to make it feel realistic.
Yeah.
So you make the haptic vests.
Basically, hear me out, I'm gonna summarize it in one book. Ready Player One.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that is literally what I'm sort of picturing.
Is that not what a holodeck with safeties off, basically?
Yeah.
Basically do what the in the book, the 909, or is it 919?
Never read
the book.
I've seen the film.
Sixers. That's what it's called. 606. Sixers. And the book was better, in my opinion. But
Usually the case.
yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. Is basically make a Ready Player One setting.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm sort of intending for.
I mean,
yeah,
Shiv could literally do that in his sleep. Go
Like,
computer programming.
Shiv makes the program. Raiden makes the tech for it. And I deliver the tech to you.
Yeah. And then we just basically turn over a floor to be the training floor, and everyone sits in their VR sets and haptic vests and can do all their stuff.
Yeah. Or you do the treadmill thing. Because that's actually a thing too, still.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we have a hollow.
Oh man, so we basically I now have a training camp for Force 21.
Yeah, a VR training camp. A hyper realistic VR training camp.
All right, you do eventually
You can actually throw that in as a feature.
as a feature to them.
No, for Site Secure. Would that qualify as a feature to have like hyper realistic, all-terrain combat training?
You have not paid for it yet. So it's
No,
like
you
kind of
gotta
have
pay
it.
for
You
it.
gotta pay for that.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
right, for a feature. Ah.
So like you have it as far as the fluff, but it doesn't actually like do anything mechanically.
I don't find where the thing is for features.
It is something that you, like the character, has to do. I think it has a Dominion cost associated. No, I know it has a Dominion cost associated with it.
Oh, God,
Okay.
it's terrible trying to search for just features.
Luckily, it'll be pretty cheap because A, it's only scope 1, well, power 1, but it's the same base cost, and it's not impossible. At best, it would be implausible because you are trying to apply close to realistic feedback. It's not quite the Matrix, but it's almost the Matrix.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right.
Note that that is not a faction action. That is a Riley action.
Okay. Any other actions you'd like to make for this month?
Nah.
Okay. I think we only have now.
We got 3 left.
Cormac.
After
Cormac for this month. I'm writing each one of them a month to month. Cormac, what are you doing?
The same thing everybody's been doing. The
Strength.
Yeah. I don't feel like fighting anybody right now. Oops, that's wrong character sheet.
Oh, that would be an internal
Alright.
action off an act change.
Oh, it might be. I'd have to look.
Create a useful feature or solve a problem is what it says here.
Yeah, so that would probably be your month 3. Well, my cult just refuses to gain Dominion. It's alright.
No.
Pretty much this is your time of trouble as well. Very similar to Riley's. Where people are just very unsure about going and out of the city permanently.
You're already here.
Some of them are here and not sure if we're going to be able to survive out here. Because
There is literally a vast, several-mile-long field of food.
Yeah, I look at the basically supply of clean water, the supply of food, all of the shelters that are being built, which are not being built as fast as on Ryden's side because I can do it, the old-fashioned way.
You don't need to sleep.
Yeah, but they do.
Right.
And I'm running around doing a bunch of other things. Literally running because I don't have to stop.
Right.
And it's like, I'll gather up the people that are having doubts. Like, I warned you what was going to happen. I was upfront with every piece of information. I even showed you pictures and videos. I told you everything. And you made the choice to come out here. I told you it was going to be tough. I told you things were going to be missing. Where is this change of heart coming from?
Just didn't think, boss, that it was going to be so. I guess, what is the word I'm looking for? So difficult compared to what we used to in the city.
I told you were going to be missing many amenities. I was upfront with how hard this was going to be.
You were, boss.
And I'm not gonna lie, you want to change your mind, I'll send you back. But you know that your home will not exist by the end of this time frame, right?
Are you sure? Are you really sure? Because
I'm not. They all are.
it looks like some people are staying. Our friends are staying, or not our friends, but past was. Some people are staying. Like, I don't know, your one guy. What's his name? The dragon guy.
Yeah, it's because he lives in the center of the city. It's part that wouldn't be affected even if anything did happen. And honestly, I told you, I didn't think anything was going to happen. I was leaving the city because I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be free of the influence. Has your mind felt clearer since being out here? Do you really want to go back to being a puppet?
No, sir.
Because you can. It is up to you. If you think this is too hard, I can send you back to your clouded life. The only thing I am for sure of is that thing controlling the city. It does invade people's minds, and it does make them do what it wants it to do.
There is still some dissension. Couple of families are just not sure about staying out here. They have little kids. Well, what are we going to do about schools? What are we going to do about taking care of our young?
Oh, the school is easy. It's some of the librarians I've already talked to, Shiv, are going to be coming here to set up schools because a few of them don't really want to be inside their little hole. So you will, in fact, have the best teachers that you can think of.
What? Really?
Have you actually talked to Shiv about that?
Yeah.
That was one of the first things we did before we went to break.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
The agreement was I would make sure that when Kaya does the food thing, it got to Shiv, or we would send shipments if it couldn't reach. He would get food, and the quote-unquote payment would be him basically taking care of our school system.
And somewhere in the middle, there's eventually going to be a hospital in between both lands.
Well, it won't be in between because that's the mushroom fields.
All right. Wait a minute, did we just fill up the mushroom fields with a giant field of food too?
Yep.
You just took out the mushroom fields?
Well, you didn't take them out, but the food extends through it.
Oh, okay.
We might want to consider putting up a fucking fence.
Now that you have just have
No,
told
wait a
them
minute.
about the idea that you're going to bring the school teachers in, the families feel a little bit better about this. The only dissension you get now is, will everybody have jobs?
What are you gonna pay for?
We're not going to pay?
Have I said I'm charging you for any of this? That food isn't going anywhere. It'll infinitely resupply itself. The machinery filtering out the water doesn't need to be repaired.
Or if it does need to be repaired, it's just
It
an easy
doesn't. I made it
fix.
with the Dominion project. It literally can't fall into disrepair.
No, fair.
That reminds me, I gotta recall the stuff from the in the city Dominion projects.
Currently, there's nothing you need to pay for. Eventually, sure, art, extra clothing. Hell, if you don't want to wear clothes, I don't care. Go for it.
Not with kids around. Okay. So, you are successful in stopping the dissension.
If you want meat, which unfortunately this food does not provide, you can go out and hunt for it. You can make that your job. You want to sit around making art or jewelry and all that all day, go for it.
Will we be able to
Eventually-
trade or barter, or how will we deal with that?
What do you want? The question is, what do you want? What are you willing to do to get it?
Well, not everybody can do the same thing. We
I know.
all have different
I'm aware.
abilities. So, do you have an idea for a monetary system, or a trading system, or a bartering system?
Again, you're not answering my question. What do you want?
Stuff.
Want
No,
to be able to
Shiv, stay
trade
out of
within each other, within
For
the group.
what? For what?
If somebody needs milk, or if somebody needs an artwork that they want to put up in their house,
Then what are you
what do
willing
they
to-
pay for it?
What are you willing to give them for it?
So basically a bartering system.
Sure. Why are you
mean-
so stuck on this concept of money?
Because we lived with money all our lives, or without money all our lives?
So if you never had it, why are you worried about it?
It's your point, boss.
You will not be without necessities. You will have food, water, shelter, medical care is medical care I'm dealing with today. Or, well, probably tomorrow. It might take me a little bit to get back in the city. You will not be without the things you need to live. Beyond that, it's what can you give the other if somebody has something you want, what are you willing to give them?
So bartering system, that's what we're asking, boss.
Sure.
Isn't a correct me if I'm wrong, but a bartering system is basically just a sort of gentleman's agreement between two people trading with each other.
No, it is not.
No.
It's I want your good. I will give you this good. You decide, yeah, that's a fair trade. You trade.
Exactly.
That's what bartering is. I mean, technically speaking, currency is just a stand-in for bartering with a fixed value.
Right.
Fair enough.
So we're going back a couple thousand years. But
Do you see it as a step back? Do you want to sit there and sweat your ass off in a factory to earn a piece of paper so that maybe you could earn food?
no.
Because all that money, the value of money is dictated by the people in power. One day they can just say, well, we, the people in power, we have our own currency now and it's worth 20 times what yours is, and then they up the prices 20 times to where you have to pay 20 times, but the other people are only paying a single time. That's not going to happen here. That's why we're getting away from the city.
Okay. Cormac, you basically do get people to start to agree with what's going on here.
They didn't ask me about the legal system. All right, boys. We
They did not
stemmed
ask
disaster.
about the legal system yet.
That is next faction turn when you fail.
Well,
so Riley,
failing to
what-
build strength isn't like failing within the faction. It's not creating more problems. The only time a faction falls apart is if your factions go out, or if your troubles are bigger than your faction die, or if your
Fair enough.
cohesion drops to 0.
Riley, you were going to ask something relating, I'm assuming, to the mushroom field.
Oh yeah. Earlier when you were saying about that, it's like, would the ability just bolster the mushroom field? Because I mean, surely that's a source of food.
There is actually food in the mushroom field. The
mushroom
problem
field's
is
Kira's domain, and I ain't playing with it.
it's both
Oh,
Kira's.
right, okay.
It's Kira's domain. The other problem is
Right, so
that
I'm just thinking like an area where a fuckload of mushrooms are growing, and like
Well, no,
mushrooms are food.
it is, but these are mushrooms like the size of warehouses.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
sizes
okay.
of houses.
Right. So it's more accurate to say it's a mushroom forest.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And now Kira has food fields that can basically sustain
Yeah.
her army of insects.
yeah.
Oh god, that's Ah, no, she's gonna turn into a Dark Souls boss.
The
Pretty
pro-
much.
Yeah, the problem is though with the mushroom fields is there is a sleeping gas that is in that area that Kira either has to figure out a way to take care of or make it so that the people and creatures are able to handle it.
That she easily, if we're just willing to generalize it, she easily, over the 6 month period, easily get enough Dominion to make it so she could do a Scope 2 project of, my people are immune to this. Well, up to a certain amount of generations, and she'll have to re-up it, but...
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the problem
generational immunity.
that's the problem with normal people going in that area. Otherwise, you're okay. If you have a mask, you're okay. But if you go in there without a mask, if you go in there...
I don't need to breathe.
You don't need to breathe.
I think
Like,
Shiv
Shiv
is. I think Shiv and Raiden. No, Raiden. Do you still need to breathe?
Nope.
It's Shiv and Ignis.
Right.
Well,
I
Kira,
believe
technically.
it was Shiv who ended up being downed while in the mushroom forest when we talked about it, and then got out
Shiv
of it.
Shiv went to examine, and that didn't go too well.
No. So that's what Kira will have to deal with when Kira gets on, if gets on.
But
Kira has become more of an NPC than a PC for now.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, general thing, she can easily take care of it. She'll have more than enough to do it. It's
Yeah.
I mean, she already said something about trying to make her cult more insect-like. So,
Well,
this insect that exists that
again, that's just appearances. This is the mechanics. She can make it
Fair
look
enough.
however she wants as soon as she starts messing with their biology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
I
this
mean,
is the
I could
mechanic
roll up-
part.
Yeah, I could roll up my people outside your door looking like a bunch of overly spec'd out war machines. It doesn't change the fact that they are dudes in armor.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, it could look as fancy as it wants. It still only stops a certain amount of bullets.
Yeah.
This is once again one of those things. I'm basically glad that my thing is I made my faction smart.
Well, your faction was gonna basically do what you do regardless. That's why they're your cult. They already wanted to do basically what you do. You just happen to do it so to the point where they're like, okay. Here's some tapestries that look like vaguely like you. I'm going to drop to my knees. We are not worthy. We are not worthy.
Yeah, basically we're playing Soul Mask in Godbound.
No, because I haven't shot a bush dog with an arrow currently.
Not
But
yet.
you have a
And-
scorpion and a panther.
I mean, if you really wanted it, we are basically the opening to Dark Souls. We have started the fight against the already in place gods, aka the dragons. Well, in Dark Souls, they've been the dragons. We haven't hit the point where Dark Souls happens, where the fucking chosen undead has to go through and murder us in order to make things right again.
Yeah, so about that Warbot body, I'm definitely taking that, and then I want to make it immune to all other weapons of the Dominion Project for when the Dark Souls happens.
Not how that works, but sure.
I'm gonna be Gwen, right? I call Gwen.
What? No, you mean the person who is already the sun and can throw lightning bolts is already the Lord of Cinder. But you do realize that means that because I'm Gwyn, I'm one of the easiest bosses to kill, right? Just parry, stab, parry, stab, parry, stab, you win.
All right. Anything
Wouldn't
else
that
you
make
would like
Shep
to
the gaping
do?
dragon?
My external action is I am just adding more interest to the thing I did last week.
Okay.
But so there are a couple of narrative actions that I'm taking.
Okay.
Me as the person. We head back into the city. There's some more NPCs I got to talk to.
All right.
First, first, we're gonna go track down Jill.
Alright, well, Jill was one of those people who ended up being saved. So they've been spending time in the Zektek area. After they were healed, they've been healing other people. For the moment.
Alright, so they're easy to find.
Yeah.
I didn't have to talk to Shiv or Riley. Got it.
Nah.
Alright. So we're just gonna teleport into whatever room they happen to be in.
Okay. Oh my god, you just gave me a heart attack.
You're still standing, you're fine.
Oh,
Actually, speaking of heart attacks, interesting transition. I have a proposition for you.
Okay.
So you know how I'm starting in a encampment outside the city, right? Settlement, city,
Yeah.
village, whatever fucking title you want to put on it. Well, I have an offer for you. Clearly, a bunch of people are going means that medical issues are going to become a problem. How'd you like to take care of that?
I would definitely be interested in that. I was gonna go with Liz.
Oh, I will tell you what's going on with that when you're outside the city.
Sure.
All right, cool. It's easier than I thought. Have a good day.
No,
That guy's bleeding.
this is really no hard. I've heard what you guys have been doing, and I've actually was going to go with Liz. Well, I haven't seen her.
I will give you that information
Outside of city.
when we're not where the walls literally have ears.
Right. Where would you like me to go?
I give her the information about how people are getting out. I hand her a literal piece of paper with handwriting on it.
Okay. What does this handwriting say?
It's just how she can get out. It's just read that, burn it.
Read it and burn it. Got it.
Yep.
And when do you need me there?
Yeah, whenever you're ready to go.
Well, I'm finishing up here probably within a week or two.
All right. Cool.
But I'm still dealing
Read.
with all the grief that was going on. The
That's
aftermath.
I get it. I got 3 other people I gotta talk to.
Good luck.
Opens window, jumps out.
Yeah, Jill was already gonna go with Liz.
Hey, I assume everything's gonna be harder than I think it's going to be.
Right. Oh, that was already determined she was
yeah.
gonna go with Liz.
Next, we're gonna track down Dr. Sonia. This one I might have to call Shiv for.
Yeah.
Shiv, you get a phone call. Hey, I need you to do that thing where you ask the air and get an answer.
What do you need?
I need you to track down somebody for me.
Shiv sucks.
Remember that dude who you guys tortured to death in that warehouse?
Yeah.
I need his assistant.
Ah.
The female assistant.
Yeah. Shiv just looks up. Hey, universe, where is this person's assistant? Because he doesn't remember the person's.
I'll
Well,
give you the name.
Ever since
Dr. Sonia.
ever since they were they had removed themselves from FN.
I
they've
know where
been-
they live, but that doesn't mean that they're right now.
No, they were not there. They're kind of down in the underground. In the sewer area, working out situations with the
Remaining
Former.
Drunk Lords.
the remaining Jarls that are out there.
Ignis just posted on Discord saying he'll be around in about 10-15 minutes.
Excellent.
All right. Oh, I go track her down. Just ran. Well, I'm not gonna be able to teleport because the sun doesn't reach there. But I just whatever route she has to be in, I just walk in, no knocking. Hey, we gotta talk.
She gives you one look of surprise, and how did you
Oh.
find me?
Oh, please, I can find anybody. Well, I know somebody who can find anybody.
Me?
But I got an offer for you. How much do you know about what's going on outside the city?
I know a little bit.
All
I know
right.
you guys are talking about leaving.
No, we're doing. We're past the talking. So, how would you like to not be in the city anymore?
Alive, I hope?
Oh, yes. If you were
Because-
dead, you'd still be in the city.
Oh, true.
Actually, you'd probably be in the city in more than one way.
I really don't want to feel that way. I don't want to think of that.
Well,
Especially
I wasn't
after
planning
what
on killing
we-
you.
well,
Actually,
no, you actually did not kill me. So
No, I helped you, and in
you
fact
helped
kept
me
you
a
from
lot.
dying.
Yes, we still have to deal with the hormone aftermath underneath here, but
It's in a few months that won't be your problem anymore. Win one way or another. Or so I keep getting told. But if you take my deal, then it won't be your issue regardless. Well, my offer, not my deal.
what's your deal?
Well, we're starting a settlement. We need a couple others outside the city. And it's easily survivable. Actually, I've taken steps to make it even more survivable. Well, less survivable, more palatable. Anyway. So, we have a decent amount of people that are going to be there. I've already secured one person to come in and help with medical care. Really would prefer not to put that on one person. How would you like to co-head?
First, I lose my job because
you
of
already don't have
you.
the job.
And the second, you're offering me a job?
Yeah. Oh, and it comes with benefits. I remember one of the first things you asked me is, what would happen to your kids if you helped me do whatever the hell I wanted to do?
Yes.
You will have access to probably the best education outside of the city. Well, it would be the best outside the city, and it'd probably be better than most you could get in the city. You will have the librarians personally, well, not personally. Well, yeah, actually, personally teaching your kids.
I'm sure by now most people have noticed that the educational district has largely up and left.
You didn't take the entire sect of librarians with you.
No, just the good majority of them.
You took 1,000.
As soon as you said that, I pictured like a quarter of the city just hopping up on legs and like walking out.
You
Peace
took
out,
a
bro, we
decent.
gone.
You took a decent chunk, and yes, people have noticed they're missing. You didn't take the vast majority.
Okay, fair enough.
You haven't spent the Dominion nor the resources to get everybody yet. Shit.
Oh no, his faction is not powerful enough to encompass the entirety of the librarians.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
So fair.
surprisingly, she is on board.
What?
I
I had entire speeches planned for you too, and this has been going way easier than I thought it would.
I freaking rolled it, okay? And it still worked. But she's not totally on board, so
All right, if you're worried about food, taken care of. Worried about water, taken care of. Worried about housing, working on it.
I mean, as gets done
And-
building his, the faction's going to help yours.
I have plans, and I will talk with Karsa about that.
I'll be honest with
Right.
you. When we first met, I thought that was my last day, and I thought my child would be
Oh
basically
please, I don't got the
an
kids.
orphan.
Oh, fair enough.
And now you're giving us an opportunity for a different life. But is it even safe out there?
You're living with me, basically. You really need an answer?
Yes, because my child is what has always been my important part of my life. Why I even took a job with FN in the first place.
What I meant is, you're living with me and my people. Do you really not know the answer to your own question?
So you just want medical from me. You want me to head this thing.
Co-head.
Co-head. With who?
Yes. Basically, you're a parallel rival, Jill from SOB.
Jill exposition flashes up on the screen.
Oh yeah, Jill Exposition. Sorry, I don't call her last name because her last name is weird in my mouth.
It was exposition.
I know. I was specifically avoiding it.
It wasn't me. It was a meme for a reason.
Half the people refused to say the name. The other half forgot the name.
Oh no, I didn't forget. I specifically just wasn't saying it.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the one guy that gets
you refusing.
And then there's the one guy that sees it as an Austin Powers reference.
It is.
I see it as an Austin Powers reference because that's literally what it is. The joke was her father is Basil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like her father's name is Basil, and the joke then became, she was for exposition. Karsa didn't have a surname, so the joke was we call her exposition.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie to you. Is it going to be dangerous? Yes, but just so is living in the city. Out there, I can guarantee I am not going to mess with your head. Nobody's going to make you do things you don't want to do. If you're not for this, stay here. There are wild animals out there. We're working on that. They don't really come near where we're going. Oh, by the way, you'll be living next to a volcano.
How is that any safer?
Because the volcano listens to me. As weird as it is to say that.
How?
I don't know, and if I had an explanation, I don't think you have enough time to hear it.
I just find it funny. Somebody walking past rooms like, my PhD in geophysics doesn't agree with that. He just slammed the door in his face.
No, my PhD in whatever the fuck you just said. I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay,
disagrees.
Ever since I met you, things have been strange. Even more strange than when FN did their thing.
I'll say even more strange than this. Literally makes a lightning arc between two of his hands.
Yes.
Yeah, you really want to question how I can control a volcano?
I guess it has to be on face.
Oh God! Why do people keep saying that? It makes me feel like some like some sort of cult leader. Ugh.
That's not what you are?
I don't think of myself that way.
What do you think of yourself as? A gang member? A gang leader?
Oh, not anymore. Oh, no, revolutionary, freedom fighter, somebody who is taking people away from the system that steps on them and keeps them in control, so that they can't basically do what they want to do, or if you want to put it another way, so the people in power that are controlling them can maintain their power and basically do whatever they want to them. And if you were to believe the rest of my friends, they all think that something is going to happen and a big chunk of the city is no longer going to exist. So if you want to take that on faith, then you probably shouldn't be in the city anymore.
You mean like that madman who keeps around, or used to be around that tavern?
Yeah, now you know why I'm speaking. Yeah, now you know why I'm speaking with sarcasm.
Because you don't believe it, yet you moved out.
I was moving out regardless. I was moving out because this city is a festering pit of rot, and I no longer wanted to live in it.
Well, that is true.
But I understand your concerns and your worries. At some point, you're going to have to decide, do I stick with what I know, or do I roll the dice on something better?
I can't just say it's for me, it's for my daughter too. If I go there, it's definitely for both of us.
Yeah, I don't. Again, there will be dangers, but there's dangers in the city too.
Well,
Arguably
there's dangers
more.
every day.
Exactly. Wild animals, weirdly enough, are easier to deal with. Gang of people that decide to rob your daughter and she accidentally dies in a mugging gone wrong, that's a lot harder to control. Just ask the police force. Now, granted, once the city reaches a certain size, that'll become a problem again. But we're not there yet. And maybe we'll find a better way, maybe we won't. But all said and done, what has the city actually done for you? If you think it's done right by you, stay here. If you think you can find a better way, come with me.
And you're providing housing and everything.
We're working on the housing. It's slow going with the building, but
When are you planning us to be there?
that's whatever you want to be there. Just do it before it gives date of the tiny apocalypse. Well, not date, but like time frame. Do it before then.
You do know the city is on high alert.
City's been on high alert for a while.
We know that the city is on high alert. How am I going to get out of here without...
Oh, that's easy. Hands her a piece of paper. Just follow those instructions. Oh, burn that when you're done reading it.
She reads it.
Oh, memorize it first, then burn it.
What, you give a password or anything to get...
That's everything you need's on that page.
Alright.
Just follow it step for step.
I'll think about it, and if I do... Well,
If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not.
right. I'll think about it.
Anyway, I got a junkie who had his sister kidnapped. I gotta go talk to.
A junkie sister...
Yeah, don't think too hard about it. It leaves.
Okay.
I've already dropped all this bullshit onto your brain to comprehend. Don't think about it too hard, you'll hurt yourself.
NPC number 3 that I have to talk to. We're gonna go talk to Philippe, and hopefully his sister will be there too.
Now remind me who...
How did you forget the dude who I had to convince to help us because FN kidnapped his sister?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
How could you forget Philippe? All he wants is baguettes and cigarettes.
Yeah, that was the
one
foreman that you knocked out, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember what his job was.
Yeah,
If memory serves, we spent like 20 minutes trying to explain to Shiv how to use his rewind power until I got fed up and just hacked all the security cameras and found all the way back to where the stuff was.
right.
Something, maybe. I don't know. Go.
So, yeah, this is the foreman that you have basically taken their job away.
He's gonna lose
A
his job
lot of people's jobs away.
He was gonna lose his job. What? No,
At
that's not what he
least he's
was.
alive.
They kidnapped his sister and made him spy on us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. That guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Now I remember who that was. Okay. Hmm.
Oh, we track him down.
Okay, how do you do it? Because he's kind of always on high
Jeff.
alert.
So where is this guy?
I have
Guy
the
has-
greatest bloodhound ever. Chip.
This guy
Good promoted.
has been kind of, I mean, you guys tracked him down. You got his sister. They were spying
And then you
on
told
you.
him to hide.
And you told him to hide. They're hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where?
They've been hiding.
Yeah.
In one of the abandoned warehouses.
Chip points him to a warehouse.
One of
right.
FN's abandoned warehouses.
All right. We
This is probably not going to be that hard. They have been barely living on rats and other creatures because they've been in
They could-
hiding.
Stuff that they can hunt without having to go into public.
Yeah.
well, I go find out where they're at. I highly doubt there's a door for me to knock on, so I just kind of walk into whatever room they happen to be in. What's up?
How'd you find us?
Why does people keep asking me that question?
Oh, well, because I don't know. Who else is asking you?
I have talked to 3 people today, and you are the second person to ask me. So we're on a 66% Ben.
Well, we've been in hiding ever since you told us to hide.
Yeah, and if I told you to hide, why would you think I wouldn't be able to find you?
They kind of look desiccated. They don't quite look like they've been kept
Yeah,
up
well,
very well. They look
you-
homeless.
Yeah.
And malnourished.
Asking me
Yes,
how I
okay.
found you.
And
Is-
kind of almost strung out.
Yeah. Asking me how I found you isn't the question you should be asking. The question that you should be asking yourselves, or me, is why I found
Do
you.
not eat. It smells nice.
That he kind of gestures the come on.
I think Cursor just got mildly AFK'd for a moment.
No.
When somebody just starts talking, I have to stop. Sorry. Yeah, they're kind of desiccated, malnourished, and everything. Like, well, you're here.
Yeah, and the question you should be asking me is why did I find you? And he kind of just gestures his hand like, come on.
All right, why? Why did you find us?
Because I'm going to fix this whole problem you're in. Well, I have a way to fix it. I shouldn't say I'm going to. It's very presumptuous. How would you like to not have to live in hiding anymore?
That either mean we're dead, or
I said live.
you did say live.
I'll immediately interpret my words as I'm going to kill you. If I'm going to kill you, I will just say I'm here to kill you, and then I'll kill you.
You might not say it.
Well, we would really love that.
I kind of figured. I figured that was a very leading question, and was what I already kind of figured I knew the answer to. But, so here's the deal. I am starting a settlement on the outside of the city. And before you go through everything, hands them a tablet. There's pictures. It can be done. It is being done. But good news, looking at the two of you, you can use it. You won't have to worry about food and water. Medical care is on its way, but we can take care of you for the time being, as it is. Shelter we're working on. I mean, we got some tents, but buildings, slow going. Those are buildings.
They're listening.
Oh, that was it. Just waiting on their response.
We'd go right now.
Ah. Okay. I mean, you'll be sitting and waiting for a couple hours, but that'll be alright.
It'll me tell you, sir, after everything has happened, how did you...
Oh, don't blame.
No,
Oh,
no, no. How do you think we actually survived? We've been...
Oh, probably similar way that I did when I first ended up on the streets when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm here talking to you? I know how this went.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna have your lives get destroyed and not do something to fix it, or try to anyway.
What do you want out of us?
I don't want anything out of you.
You serious?
Yeah.
Normally people who want
What
something...
about me makes you think I'm normal?
You're not normal! I can tell!
Exactly. Then don't apply the laws of normality to me.
We'll go.
Alright, well, if you want to go now, yeah, we can get there.
Yes. We'll go.
Well, we can get to the first point.
So you take him to the first point?
Yeah, which is basically the tunnel, and be like, y'all are gonna have to wait here for a couple hours. I don't think the next transport train's gonna be here.
You probably walk up and find a bunch of my soldiers standing around waiting.
Oh yeah, I already knew they're there. Like, well, no, it's been a while, but at the end of it, basically, the tunnel is basically half controlled by your group and mine.
I mean, they look like they come out of a concentration camp, so yeah, they're ready to go.
Yeah. Oh,
These guys look like a slight
They'd
breeze.
probably get offered like immediate medical from some medic, because I have plans involving medics.
Well, I mean, I was gonna sit them down and be like, hey, wait here for a second. I run back, or I run out, buy some like faux turkey sandwiches and some
Okay.
water,
Okay.
or like Gatorade. Come back. There, that'll at least hold you over for a minute.
They just they devour.
Slow. You'll throw it back up.
And they listen.
I look at the medic. I'm like, you make sure they eat that right.
For somebody who used to be a villain, you are all right. man.
Who told you I was a villain? You were listening to the wrong side.
The city has been telling us that you're a villain.
Yeah, and the city's never been wrong or lied or posted propaganda.
True.
Make your own opinions. Stop listening to everybody else's.
Anyway, as we're saying, you're all right.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a date with a volcano. Oh, by the way, that's where you're gonna be living.
Anything's better than being on
Yeah, that's
our
always
own.
your last point.
I mean, he's
Kennedy
doing that
Rocks?
smart. If he started with, you got to be living. I've taken over a volcano. People immediately go, "Oh God, if we go there, we're gonna die."
Is it able to erupt?
If I wanted to.
If you...
Well, not. I'd say me, but me in writing. Short answer, no.
They're not... Seriously, they're on board.
Look, it comes with its own hot springs. It's got clean water, clean food, and if it erupts, you're gonna die of the initial explosion. You're not gonna feel a thing.
It's better than nothing. And we've been on butter. We have been on nothing. So thanks.
I kind of figured. Hence the sandwich.
Still wanting to devour it, but they're told no, take it.
The medic would know that, like, nope, you can't do that because that'll be worse.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Anything else?
Then I go sprinting. Nope, I go sprinting down the tunnel. I talked to all three of the NPCs that I needed to, and it went far easier than I thought. Didn't have to roll a single die. Let's go.
Well, well, Philippe and them, they were kind of like
Oh, I figured they would be the easy ones.
absolutely.
Dr. Sonia was the
easy.
one I thought I was guaranteed to have to roll on.
And Dr. Sonia really, she just
At the moment, we've destabilized the city so bad that people are willing to believe and jump on everything, it seems.
not quite. Jill was already coming because of Liz. Dr. Sonia was going to be the hardest one. That is for sure. But because of her daughter, and because you said school, the way
Oh yeah, I
That
remember
was-
the
that
conversation I
was-
had with her before.
perfect in the sense that was her clincher right there. So, yeah. All right. Ignis, month 2.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
Doing alright, I suppose.
Good. Thank you for joining us. What is we're on month 2. What is your faction? Internal and external.
Internal is going to be building strength as per the usual.
Okay, roll it.
Hooray!
Not hooray. We will fail, unfortunately.
Oh, me and you both 0 for 2.
This is the expected result for me. I can't be that upset about it.
I rolled a 1
for me. I can be a little bit upset.
I rolled a 1 last time and a 2 this time. We're trending up, so hopefully the next 4 I'll get 3, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, it's my second 3 in a row. I could just roll all 3s and be really sad.
That would suck.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
All right. So what's your external?
As for my external action, Raiden, what is your faction called?
Mixioneers.
Mixioneers? Okay. During month 2, the Mixioneers will receive diplomatic envoys from the Azure Wings, and try to establish an alliance with your faction if you would permit it.
Yep.
All right.
That was too easy.
I mean,
That stretching sounded
Raiden
painful.
still owes him weapons.
Well, say Riot initiated this contact.
Mm-hmm.
That too. And I also
speaking
still
of-
owe him weapons. So
Did anyone extend interest to me while I was gone?
No.
Okay.
If you want the lowdown, Shiv extended to Raiden. Riley, in theory, extended to Shiv. And then he used the 8 action, not necessarily the interest action, although I can see it really being an interest action more than an 8 action.
Okay.
And then
That's where it could
Raiden
go either way.
Raiden went to Riley this time around.
Yeah.
And I went to the same group I went to last time.
Okay.
He's going out into the city and starting to work with people, and getting people to come in. So
Well, ostensibly, I'm trying to save people from the city. I don't care if they join my cult. Fuck, they can go run off and try to live in the mushroom forest. They can go run off and live in Deppy. I am. My goal is to get people out of the city, not
yeah,
build my own
no,
cult.
that's a good idea. Yeah. Although it is essentially helping with your cult.
Well, yes, I figured the side benefit would be the majority of them would probably come to the person that actually saved them.
Yeah. Well, you didn't save everybody, but when you
I
did,
I can't save everybody. I'm aware of this. That's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to save as many as I can.
right?
I can't save 2 full rings worth of people. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right, but short and sweet. That's me for month 2.
Okay. That was month 2. We are now on month 3.
I think Shiv led off last time. Ignis, seeing as you were late, you want to lead off round 3?
Sure. If I recall correctly, last session, Ignis was approached by the Opus, some fraction from Opus. I want to say the Opus City Council, but I am unsure. Could you correct me if I'm mistaken on that, Carson?
You were definitely approached by the council.
Okay. If I recall correctly, they called for a summons. I'll see what they want.
All right. When you get there, you notice that there's not the entire board there, or the entire council there. It's more of a committee. And they have this big projection up, and it shows the skies outside of Scorpio into space.
Okay.
But what you
Alright,
also
so-
see, it's in the solar system.
Okay.
Welcome, Mr. Do we call you Mr. Ignis?
Done so for many years before, and so see why you'll stop now.
Well, sir, we have asked you to the committee because we know of how you can appropriate arms. As you can see on the projection, we are looking at the solar system as of we speak.
Yes, I remember my basic science courses. Continue.
And there, and they show you where they're pointing, and they start to bring it to use their hands to move it closer and closer and closer. And you see a Thane ship.
Yeah, it's a thing, Shed. I'm already aware that they are on their way.
That's just a scout. Yes.
You're asking me if I'm going to supply the Opus's military with weapons, of course.
Provided that they decide to come to Scorpio, yes.
I mean, it's nowhere else to be going to this part of the solar system.
Don't know. They could be going to Valpo.
It's also B at the committee.
Yes.
Alright, I guess we'll look over and over at SB. What do your people have to say about it? Your people are the ones fighting them on the front lines, yes? Have they broken through?
Yeah, they have. Unfortunately. They're stronger than we anticipated. They're looking for something, but not sure what yet. And they're going from world to world doing it. We anticipate they're gonna be here within, well, if they keep going the way they're going, a lot sooner than we want. Definitely about 5 months. Well, actually, within that. Maybe
Well, they're still
earlier.
powerful. If they're here just trying to find something, why not just let them try and find it? Doesn't necessarily have to turn to an aggressive confrontation.
We don't know what they want. We gotta find out what they want first. But they are being aggressive. The last solar system, well, let me show you a picture of it right now. And the projection changes. One world is completely destroyed, and it's become like a crater, a huge half crater in it. As you can see, that world's done. It's gone.
Did they engage hostilities, or did the things engage hostilities first?
the things were looking.
I don't that much, but who shot first?
They shot first.
Okay.
So
Well, SOB, your men have fought them the most. Do you think the military arrangements on Opus have a chance?
as we speak, we have a better chance than that place did, but well, no. It's gonna take a godlike powers to get that to work out.
Of course.
If you know what I mean, and I know you know what I mean.
I do.
So, that's why that's why the ball has set up this committee. Due to the fact that the person who would know about the things the most is missing.
Oh. Fair enough, I suppose.
I mean, after all, they made them, from what I hear. So,
They're also both off-world.
yeah. And
I
I've
also
already
like-
seen what the cantina looks like. It's a mess, I'll tell you. It's a mess.
That is probably to our benefit, however. The things are looking for their creators. This is a known quantity, at least to me, I suppose. I'm surprised the rest of you didn't know that.
If they're looking for the creator and they're off-world, we could use that against them. Maybe they'll accept that through a diplomacy.
That was
But
my thinking as well.
are they diplomatic or not? That's a question I could not tell you because every time I see them, they attack.
They are at least capable of speech. I had the displeasure of communing with one a few months back.
They can speak.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They have different morals than us, I suppose, or different culture. We didn't see eye to eye, unfortunately. But even they should be able to get the gist of they're looking for something, it's not here, they should keep looking instead of wasting time fighting a fight.
But they may or may not win if we're lucky. Well, as Paul has said, if it absolutely becomes detrimental, Opus can fly. I don't suggest this. I'm putting in my vote into the ring and saying that ain't gonna work.
This is why when Shiv called about to help them with the FN raid, one of his offers was, when shit starts going south, you have a place to go.
Unfortunately, I doubt votes matter.
I don't think the vote's gonna matter anyway. But we have this committee at least to help work on the combatant. And we're going to express this to also Riley and see if they'd be willing to help.
Here's the thing. If the things threaten Opus, at the end of the day, I live here. Of course, I'll fight to defend where I live and fight to defend my own life. I do not suspect any amount of mortal arms or mortal men to make a dent in the confrontation, however.
Yes. Well, the other thing is we're trying not to alert the public too much about how much we are on high alert. Because there'll be a panic in the streets, and you know how bad that's gonna go. So,
Fair enough.
the T'Pol is asked for martial law to be implemented.
I have
If
no
it,
qualms about this.
and basically there will be a curfew at certain times that will be required. We'll need some help in with the policing, so that's why we're gonna talk to Riley. Do you have any suggestions?
About imposing martial law?
Mm-hmm.
Don't keep me out of it.
You want to be kept out of it. You're part of it with being part of this community. We're the ones who are going to be doing that part.
Keep me out of
Setting
it
it
in
up.
respect of any police who comes knocking at my door will find themselves killed.
I see. And what about your people?
If they have need to break the curfew or to break the martial law, I'll be sure to accompany them for it, but I don't suspect that being an issue.
Right. Do you have any other suggestions that maybe could be used to possibly curtail this panic that could be happening? That I guarantee it's going to be happening.
I mean, martial law is going to cause a panic, but I suppose it is probably better than the alternative of doing nothing and just when the thing ship is overhead, everyone starts trampling people underfoot. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like, the general populace as Opus is concerned, Opus the entity, not Opus the city.
Right. Biggest worry we have on that part is that if Opus finds it threatened, there's going to be a lot of lives destroyed.
I assume that's part of the going up and flying aspect of it, correct?
Unfortunately.
I assume the outskirts of the city would be destroyed as part of the process.
Unfortunately. Now, we know there is a mass exodus going on right now. We can tell you that right now because, well...
I'm aware. Cormac is behind it.
Yeah.
To my understanding, this is an arrangement he made himself with either the T'Pol or Opus. I assume Opus, but when you talk to the one, you're really just talking to the other anyway. Or at least it feels that way sometimes.
You know, I don't quite know. I haven't really had much conversation with T'Pol, but our director here does, and I believe that Director Sir will agree.
But I mean, if Opus is willing to throw the lives away by lifting anyway, I see no reason why they should be barred from leaving.
The question is, when should we start this martial law? If we start too soon, and people are kept in military field, it will become harder to keep it control. But if we start too close to the time when they show up, and then of course the trampling of the feet. We're thinking about starting it in a month. Especially if it gets, or if it gets closer to Beppo. We want to see what it does to Beppo. But
well.
I don't know about Beppo. Beppo's a water world.
When you engage martial law, are you planning on informing the populace that the things are coming and posturing that as the reason for martial law?
Well, do you have any other suggestions? Because that's the only thing I can think of.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Or we could just keep them out of the loop. I know that Opus is a will. I'm sure you know by now. There's a little bit of a understanding that Opus has with everybody. If you know what I mean.
I'm aware. I made such an arrangement with her myself.
So,
I think it'd be better to let the populace know, however.
and then
Just randomly engaging martial law without any reason would probably cause more panic than not, and at the end of the day, they're gonna find out eventually regardless.
Well, we're gonna keep an eye. And they're either gonna go our direction or they're gonna go that direction towards Beppo. We'll see what happens. But I would say within a month it's probably gonna happen. A month or two. No later than a month or two.
Very well.
Do you have any other thoughts of the matter?
No.
Okay, so you have here is you have SOB, you have Serb, Director Serb, you have yourself, and one other. Now, Zectech is also there. Because they're working on the medical part. You guys are given immunity, provided that for the martial law, provided that you're working. Like if you're protecting or whatever, you'll be given what is it called? A placard or what is it they?
A badge or some sort of appearance,
Yeah,
or some
pretty
sort of
much
identification.
appearances have
Something I show a cop and they fuck off.
Yeah. Also, Riley, you will be asked to join them within soon after that. This particular committee is going to be doing a couple of thoughts on talking about, do we bring in the mercs or not? Knowing that Riley is a merc. Or do we leave this just to the city? Knowing full well that there is not enough people in this world that could probably stave off a normal Thane attack, but you guys are not normal. So
Is this like they contact Riley and say, "Could you come to an emergency meeting?"
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, they
Do
do.
they show the hologram and explain the situation?
They do. The same situation. I'm not going to repeat it, but yeah, the same situation is.
No, I need it word for word repeated.
Oh my
no.
god. No.
Well, immediately on the first thing, before anyone starts talking about plans, she would walk over to the hologram, point at the ship, and be like, "You're telling me this one ship did that," and point at your creator world.
That's just a scout.
So you're telling me that a scout ship did that?
No,
Then what did?
we are not sure.
Okay.
We do know it was soon after those things got there, though.
No, that's fine. I mean, yeah. Same with Ignis. Of course, I would want to protect this place. I'm one of the idiots that live here.
Why do you want to protect this place so much? Because unfortunately, I'm one of the people living on it.
No. It's why would you want to save the universe? What's the universe ever done for you? And the immediate answer is, I'm one of the idiots that lives in it.
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy, cool.
I need to watch that movie again. It's been a while.
As for your plans to bring in martial law, yeah, you're gonna need to tell people, otherwise they will panic. Especially if you bring it in snap judgment. You know, news at 6, martial law declared. People will panic. If you bring in some light restrictions first, like, and tell people that there is a possible threat, so preparations are being made, and be aware this may tighten, but make sure people know this is it might happen, we're hoping it's not. That would be my suggestion when it comes to that. And yeah, the personnel I have in the city, we'll support ensuring people's safety, and the infrastructure that's required to keep things running. And I would highly recommend this. See, y'all seem to be aware of something I'm not. What's this deal with the outer rings?
SOB chimes in. Well, it has been known that Opus, well, as you know, it's not quite a city, is it? It's more of a organism. It has been known that it could be a jellyfish, and from looking at it from the skies, it looks like a jellyfish. And I can tell you that the middle rings are safe because they're pretty solid. But the outer rings are kind of okay. The outer rings are kind of fluid.
You're telling me that not only has the city been built inside a jellyfish, it's been built inside a flying space jellyfish?
Yes.
Well, that just seems incredibly baffling.
Well, it wasn't this size a long time ago. And it was a good place, I guess, because T'Pol and her people lived here for a long time, and, well, it just grew.
Yeah, to be fair, I ain't interested in all that stupid crap. I'm more bothered about, the citizens of this place getting shafted.
Well, if it goes up in the skies, they're gonna get shafted. They'll probably be eaten.
Okay, right, so here's the deal. You'll have site security support as long as you move people in. Those that are in the danger zone, they get moved inwards.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough room for that.
Oh, please. She'll motion around the room. Look at the space. I was born in a cave. Don't even.
Well, it doesn't necessarily be inside. They can just be evacuated from the outer rings. Whether it's inside the city or outside the city or underground, it doesn't really matter to Riley, if I may presume so.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the point she's making. It's like, the inner rings are known to be less densely populated anyway.
True.
You have space that you can bring people in. Plus, a whole chunk are leaving. So you don't have as many. But
They're
those who
not
stay,
that many that are leaving, though.
The people that are leaving with Cormac is admittedly a drop in the bucket, like in their defense in that regard.
generally speaking, yes. But yeah, you're honestly, I don't think you're going to come back that well from the entire remaining population of the Outer Rings being killed.
I mean,
keep
it
in
suck for
mind-
us. Opus probably
Yeah.
won't give a fuck, but
Oh, yeah.
it'll suck for the actual citizenry.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. I don't give a fuck about the jellyfish. I give a fuck about the people in the jellyfish.
The best course of action, though, is to just prevent a situation where Opus wants to lift off.
Yeah.
If it comes down to direct confrontation with the things, however, like, it's unfortunate, but many people are going to die, and that's just the way war goes.
That's the way war always has been. However, the Hydra farms, our food source is on the Outer Rim.
Well, there was this old anime back in the day that was really dumb.
Yeah?
What?
Attack on Titan.
See, he gets it. No, it's just like obviously I'm not expecting you to move the entire city into like the central core here. So you got to be prepared. People are going to want protection. They're going to be wanting to head inwards for protection. Plus, honestly speaking, if you're going to be fighting ground combat, you're going to be wanting to fight it directly in the city where it's not as open.
I mean, if there's going to be combat, it's not going to be foot to foot. It's not going to be foot soldiers. It's going to be through spaceships.
Most of it will be through spaceships. We are pretty sure that's going to be the situation.
Yeah. What orbital assets do we have or are coming in? I'm aware of one.
Well, I guess the Solari, the clan that's been the aristocratic clan.
Heard the name a few times.
Yeah. They got a few ships, although I don't know what significance they have on them, but they got a few. They kind of look like spiders.
Okay, so they have a theming.
Let's
they
see if
actually
I can
combat worthy?
And they start to show you a picture of one of the. We think so.
We think so.
We think so.
You're talking about potentially mounting an orbital defense.
We honestly don't know. We're going to be talking to the Solari eventually, except we can't find them.
Have you tried walking through the streets with a sign?
Apparently
they campaign.
The actuality, this is the director. There hasn't been a Solari around, and even the T'Pol realizes this. Not in the last few days. Nobody has seen any Solari.
Perhaps they evacuated.
So
they
might have.
With that, she's gonna walk over to Ignis and like hushedly sort of whisper to him. Isn't Cormac one of them, or was? I keep forgetting about the name. He was one of them, right?
I don't. Do we know that in character? I don't think we do, actually.
There's some involvement. You just don't know what. Civ knows a lot more about it.
All right, well,
he was there.
That can be retconned too. Doesn't he have some connection to them?
Possibly. All I know about the Solari is the ones who are on Opus were underneath the care of the T'Pol, left there by Blungeel.
But they've left, or if something.
In light of events, if the T'Pol doesn't know where they are, they probably left on these spidery spaceships that are currently being shown to us as being possibly combat ready to rejoin the main grouping.
Yeah.
After all, their allegiance isn't to Opus or to the T'Pol, it's to Blengil, and Blengil isn't here.
Yeah, that kind of shoots that in the foot.
Oh well.
And I'm recalling some of my battleships back from another spot in the galaxy but it's going to take us a little bit to get them here. Hopefully they'll get here on top. Also, we do have one battleship, and there's a battleship that I've been told is on its way into the solar system. Looks at it. It looks kind of like what you wanted, Riley.
It kind of looks like it's a hammerhead shark with engines.
Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted?
Well, I mean,
I have returned.
I sent you a picture on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I did a render of the ship.
It looks like that. I believe.
All right, so you know about the hammer.
Well, we know somebody's taking over the hammer. I guess
Alright,
it's a
so-
hammer.
So to be, how many ships are in the thing's main force?
Loaded questions.
The question is,
No,
where-
that's not a loaded question.
That's not
Not a
a-
loaded
that-
question. That's just
that is
a
an
question.
that is
It's
an
just
actual
a question. There's nothing loaded about it. There. It's just answer me. What? It's not a
Yeah.
trap.
We know at least of 20 in the galaxy, and a battle cruisers.
Okay, so they have 20 battleships, and we have what looks like 4 or 5. Is what you're telling me?
Probably, yeah. I would say more like 4.
Yeah, the hammer
That's
is.
4 or 5.
Yeah, Riley will make a point of the hammer, mine. Not quite yet, but when it gets here, it's mine. And furthermore, it's not an actual battleship; it's a carrier. It's intended for
Even better.
defense.
So we have the hammer, and
And 3 of your ships.
3 of my ships. And if
Of
we
course,
could
we
ever
can't-
find the
can't recall
Solari,
too
we
many.
could have possibly 2, maybe 1 or 2 from
I'm
Solari,
not counting on
but
the
we don't
Solari.
even
If
know
no one
if
can
the
contact them, they're not
Solari
here,
are
as far as I'm
here.
concerned.
Yeah.
Even if they are there, there's no guarantee.
I am once again back on the game plan of if they're here looking for something, I vote we just let them search the city for it, because we already know what they're looking for is not here. If they want to fight after that, then fuck it, we'll kill them when it comes to it. But I do not think direct confrontation is to our better interests.
I mean, to be fair, do you think we could get Raiden to pop up a shit ton of railguns?
I mean,
Even for
try.
him, I think that might be slightly out of his scope in the time frame we have, maybe.
most likely. I imagine Raiden's already doing his own preparations in the best way he can, though.
Yeah.
Character, how many of our factions are doing at least something to prepare for the Thane invasion?
Everybody is at some point.
Yeah, I mean, strictly speaking, my aiding actions are to assist with people doing that as well, since we don't actually have a spot. We're aiding in other spots.
They will also show you a picture of what the jellyfish looks like from space. And it looks
Oh, great,
like
we see a big blue circle.
you do see a jellyfish. you can see where it's solid, and that's the business circle lit up. But the other part looks more like it's a flap.
Yeah, I don't know. Best advice I can probably give you, Riley, is to prepare your own followers for if in the event that Opus does lift off. Probably the best you can do. I don't think we're going to be able to do much for the general citizenry as a whole.
Yeah.
But we'll address that when it comes to it.
Well, considering, you know,
Ooh, actually, SOB. Do the things have a equivalent of like a flagship, like a ship with their command on it?
The Emperor's ship? Yes.
Oh, the Emperor himself is here.
Well,
Coming here.
it has been seen that there are some in the nearby solar system, and it definitely looks like Emperor ship. It's not the Emperor, but I'm pretty sure it's probably their general.
Alright, well, if hostilities do ensue, there's target number 1.
That will also show you a picture of that ship, because it's been seen before. And they will show that it looked like it was on the outer rim of the last solar system that lost that world.
Okay, so it's not a part of the main force, essentially. It's hanging back,
It's
which makes
hanging
sense.
back, but it is in the area.
Alright. Something to keep in mind. They do send a contingent to search the city. We might be able to use that as cover to get close to the general ship. But we can worry about battle strategy when the time gets closer.
You still have
Yeah, I mean,
time.
yeah, strike team, like, yeah, precision strikes, that's probably where we'd have the most success rather than an all-out assault. Plus, we can't really recall that much from the front lines because then the front lines collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why we can only have 3 of my ships back here. And I hope they get back in time.
Alright, but anything else you want to cover in this meeting of ours? I feel like at this point we're just talking in circles.
I think this is all we could talk about right now. Might want to get
Very well.
involved with maybe talking to Ryden about making some real guns. Is that what you said? Real guns? Yeah.
Some form of
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, for all, yes,
replacements.
he could build some sort of cannon to, you know, take down for orbital defense, but I think in the scale, if we were going with a full-on ground assault against ships in orbit, that's likely going to take a very long time for him to be able to do that, and I doubt it's within the scope of his reach.
Actually, this actually raises a question. Director Sir, was it correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you speak on behalf of the T'Pol or on behalf of Opus? The entity, not the city, to clarify once again.
Right. Well, sometimes I don't know. To be fair, I thought I was speaking for the T'Pol, but it doesn't always feel like that.
Right, schizophrenia. Very unfortunate.
Hmm.
Oh, well.
Symbiotic schizophrenia, nonetheless.
Definitely not symbiotic anymore. Two are at odds with one another.
I
Parasitic schizophrenia, then.
recently it's been very difficult to get any true understanding of who we're actually speaking to.
Very well. Perhaps I'll have better luck to speaking to her myself at some point.
Of course. That's if you can. But I will be speaking with her about this today. The answer was out of character. The answer was not answered to you, per se. It was kind of roundabout.
I think
Trying their best not to actually say what they think they're saying. But
Because they know who's listening.
yeah. Did not come out actually that give you a true definite answer. But you have a feeling he's talking about Opus.
Alright. Well, if there's nothing else to be said during the meeting, I'll be taking my leave now. And then
I believe
Ignis will
what-
exit scene.
I believe in the meeting is adjourned. All right. Well, that was fun.
I think getting through these faction turns is gonna take a lot longer than we anticipated.
I
Uh,
expected it.
Riley just
I
takes
mean,
the page out of Carmack's book, goes and jumps up the
that
balcony
is-
and flies away.
It is bound to happen when every faction turn is accompanied with a lot of role-playing exposition, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's fine by me.
Out of curiosity, enacted change, that's stuff that requires the faction dominion, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is something you're doing as a faction.
You
Like,
you
say
can,
I
however,
want-
spend it or supplement that enacted change with your own dominion or another entity's dominion if they see fit to align with your cause.
Well, Shiv is still working on his Thane bioweapon.
Fair enough.
Would
But,
enacted change, because it says or solve a problem, be used to help expedite that process?
I'm pretty sure the solve a problem is referring to if you're solving a problem that's in your faction.
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
It is not solve a problem as in solve a setting problem. It is solve a problem for the faction.
Mhm.
Like, that's something that would be more beneficial for Ignis because he has a lot of problems due to how tight he is on the faction.
Cannot resolve that problem.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you could, then it would be beneficial.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So
But,
we are
in terms
Yeah.
in terms of the mechanical, the internal external changes for my character's faction then. First, I'm gonna
They
say
all sneeze.
for internal.
Reattaches his face.
For
Goodness.
internal, we'll attempt to build strength.
Which you
We will
failed.
finally succeed.
Oh.
No, we succeed.
This is for the third month. Yeah. You succeeded. Yay.
And then I will extend interest to the Open City Council.
Okay.
Basically negotiating for my followers and myself to gain immunity from the impending martial law.
That's actually a good point. I would like that as well.
All right.
Well, roll your action die.
I guess we're moving on to Riley for that month
Oh,
3.
my turn.
Does Open City Council accept my interest?
Yes.
Or accept me extending interest? Okay, cool.
Yes.
And that's me. Probably move over to Riley's next because you are also in scene.
Yeah. I'm looking at the internal enact change because it mentions that can be create a useful feature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for the downside if you fail it.
You just don't get the feature.
You don't get the feature, use your dominion.
Features created can elaborate or blah blah blah. Rivals. All right, so I don't accidentally add more trouble if I fail a feature add.
No. In fact, you only get trouble if you succeed. Because people will tend to... There's the faction chafes against the change, whatever it may be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or outside forces do. It can also be
Do I-
external problem.
Do I want to up the trouble to 3? You know what, bollocks to it, why not? Yeah, we're going to enact a change internally.
Okay.
And that's in regards to that idea of adding a feature, which is to basically have the training facilities expanded to the point where people would be trained to the point of essentially can fight in any conditions.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah, like any sort of territorial kind of conditions and situations. So how do I go about that? If you create a feature, trouble roll is checked. If it fails, Dominion is lost, and the problem that followed the attempt increases. If it succeeds, feature comes into existence, but an existing problem increases by 1. Or a pertinent new problem appears at 1 point. So, we just roll the attribute die again, don't we?
Yep.
Yes. Success.
Yeah.
Site secure succeeds, and getting that change. They can work in any condition.
So the feature comes into existence, which is, as I say, how would that be worded? Like, I don't know, like specialist training or something. Then feature comes into existence, but an existing problem increases by 1 point, or a pertinent new problem appears at 1 point. So how exactly do we go about that?
I will work on something. We can go ahead with. We'll make a roll, and I'll work from there.
I mean, it's coming in at rating 1 no matter what.
Yeah.
Unless it's upping an old one, then that one just goes up by 1.
Well, I suppose, yeah, it would probably just qualify under the same trouble, which is the code of conduct.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, of course, you would be required to go through the training.
Exactly, that is definitely a trouble. People don't want to work like that. We've been mercs all our lives. Why do we need more training?
So,
I mean,
the code of conduct, you're going to want to make sure it's separate, though, because, like, the one that you're introducing can be resolved. The one that is your code of conduct, to my understanding, is basically the determining factor for how much dominion you get from your cult every month. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I believe that is true.
Which means those problems will never go away. Because they are a core part of your PMC worshipping you. Or
Fair enough.
following
Yeah.
you in this case.
Yeah, I can add it as like specialist environment training as a secondary problem.
Mm-hmm.
The added stress of the intense training, you have high fatality rate in training.
Well, that's great for the medics.
I mean, it could be, well, not high, but you have a higher than usual fatality rate.
It could also be, just spitballing ideas, the cost of the training is high.
Yeah, because of all the medical bills and funerals.
Your budget is fucking overspent.
Your budget is taxed because of you have to pay for their medical.
You have a high
You're
overhead.
over budget.
That's high overhead.
Yeah,
That's-
because it's expensive to send soldiers into space every day.
Well, no, it's not that he's creating a VR training thing, but it's a near realistic VR training.
Yeah, so we have a new problem here, which is specialist environment training increases training costs due to medical and hardware repairs. So that would come in at 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's like if you ever like fail an act and die due to that problem, be like, oh darn, the money just wasn't there to make it happen, sort of deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much okay. So you're done.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. We got an internal and an external.
Yeah, you still have to do your external.
External, what's the difference between the aiding and giving out the influence thing?
Well, like-
when you aid a faction, you pass your faction's dominion to another faction to pursue a project.
Like if they were enacting change, you were basically there helping them.
By footing part of the cost.
That's what it is mechanically.
Yeah.
Well, spending interest can also help someone enact change, though. Why it's important to differentiate.
Oh.
Interest can help someone overcome a problem check. Aiding helps them meet a dominion cost prerequisite. Speaking of, you'll have to the scale of your cult is 1, correct? Because your power 1?
I think so.
And I would assume that including a new training regimen would be plausible. Is the lowest 1, right, Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, cost 1 dominion to enact.
Where does it actually tell us where the power is?
We all have power 1, but on the specific sheet.
It's under your attributes, top center.
Yeah, we're all power 1 at the moment, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, power 1. Right, so I would be spending a dominion point in order to add that feature, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
Right, I'll set... no, I don't set that to 2. I set the other one. Okay, we will set that to 1 then. Okay, we'll have to look at that later. So, you know what? Yeah, we'll currently just for the sake of ease, we'll continue guarding the nerds in their hole in the ground as our external action.
Fair enough.
Gotta teach these people where the sharp end of a knife is for hunting purposes.
Oh, come on.
In
They're
fact,
nerds.
yeah,
They're not
yeah,
idiots.
There we go. There we go. That is the thing. We give them live fire training in how to be self-sufficient when it comes to hunting stuff that isn't vegetables.
So basically, how you would do that is where it says interest, just put Shiv's faction because I don't know if he has a name for it yet. Just put interest
Yeah,
2.
It's the Technomonks.
That was just a generic descriptor.
No nerd.
Why must you disappoint me so?
Think of anything else. And right now they're just smart. They're not really time keepers, lords. legally distinct shape.
Okay, I'm gonna open up your thing and see. Nope, you still haven't changed it.
No, I have not. Because, quite frankly, I can't personally think of anything better to put there.
Okay, so yeah, we're faction interest. We've technically got 2 now with Shiv's Techno Nerds. Is there any way for me to actually get it to stay spin Dominion? Oh, that would be a project, wouldn't it?
Yep. Put it on a project. If you put the cost, and then I don't know, put how much you paid, and then hit complete because you've technically finished it. Not technically, you have finished it. Gotta get away from saying that.
That was scope 1 and boom. Because we'd have to spend one free. All right, yeah. So we spend like 700 years explaining to Shiv's people where the bullets come out. Or more specifically, we give them the ability to know how to stab.
See, they have smarts. They do not have street smarts. That is.
They know the
No,
shark,
because they rarely
they
leave
know
their
the point
bellies because
end.
they're afraid of what the jellyfish might do.
They know what the sharp end does, but they don't know how to actually do the movements to do the stabbing.
They know
Right.
what a sword is, but they don't know what it's for, which is weird.
Yeah.
Or rather,
Mhm.
they know what it's for, but if you gave them one, they'd probably raise it and fall backward.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll
Like,
turn
these
up-
are
we'll
guys
turn
that
up
didn't
with
leave
the
home
weight.
because they were afraid of their overseer might do.
So yeah, we're going to train up the nerds in how to at least be somewhat not dead. Shiv, could your faction stop being dead?
You know what? Now you're just Lumberg. If your faction could stop being dead, that would be great.
Yeah. That right there.
We're gonna need you to come in and practice on Saturday.
Okay. Well, Shiv, the buck has been sent to you. What are you doing?
I guess I will continue to try and grow power.
All right.
I mean, that is a good point.
I finally
I
failed.
assume you are accepting.
Oh yeah,
the
Shiv
aid.
is accepting the aid.
Yeah.
I have finally
I don't
failed.
want to presume.
You failed. So your internal is done. All right.
External. Well, I've done Cormac. I've done Raiden. Guess I'll extend interest to Ignis. Like, Shiv just gets on the phone while working on his frickin' bioweapon. Hey, Ignis! Come to make an offer for you.
What's up?
I would like to offer you access to my network. I could send you these free 90 hours of access to, I couldn't even get through the bit of my network. I am calling it Scorpio Online, SOL. I know, that doesn't sound great, does it?
What sort of deal did you have in mind? What do you want from me?
You personally? Honestly, I hadn't thought that far. I figured we'd have to enter harder negotiation stages. Damn it, now I actually have to think again. And this is out of character thinking.
Yeah?
Because I got to this part, and then I just kind of figured I'd get there when I got there.
You really just sent me a phone call, be like, Ignis, I'd like to make a deal. I don't know what I want to offer you.
No, I know what
This
I
is
want to offer
not a
you.
very
I
good
don't know
vote of
what I want.
confidence.
I know what I want to offer you. I don't know what I want in return.
I mean, I guess I'll take free things.
Sure, I'll give it to you for free. Will you accept access to the network?
Sure.
Little does Ignis know, now Shiv knows all of his internet search history.
So Shiv
Ah,
doesn't give a
shit.
shit.
Oh damn! He's gonna find that one page, Dragon's fucking cars.
Shit.
It's just
Shiv
a
has
bunch of
literally
It's just a very long purchase history of gold bars.
Yep, this makes sense. I don't know what I was expecting.
Man, this guy
Shiv
only
it.
buys a bunch of gold. This is the only thing he uses the internet for. What the fuck is this creature?
Oh no.
We
No,
know
he-
you're a dragon.
Yeah, it's more the. You know what? I don't know what I was expecting.
Shiv Shiv would look at that, eventually be like, "Huh, you know, I
Internet
shouldn't
is
be
for a horde."
surprised. I know what dragons do according to fantasy, but also Shiv wouldn't be surprised by any search history. Shiv has literally been connected to every computer within a mile of the freaking cantina. He knows what people can get into.
Cantina. It's a building. You go through the door.
Sigh.
But yeah, go ahead and mark up interest with Ignis's Cult of the Devouring Flame.
Yeah, Shiv has basically got a mark of interest for every cult but Kira's. I might just blanket it as interest with everyone.
That's not how that works.
Alright, Shiv, you get to have a conversation with your lovely Safi.
Yeah,
Because Safi has a little bit of, well, she has a faction too.
Makes sense.
yeah, makes sense. She is literally the Oracle. Which speaking of oracles, I'm probably going to withdraw my personal dominion from the Oracle website of the city.
Is it a completed project? Actually, I don't think you can withdraw it anyway. Either way, you can only
It was
withdraw
literally
interest.
just keeping the website from being taken down.
Yeah, it's once Dominion is paid, it is paid. You can only bring back interest.
Fair enough. And I'll probably
Or
recall the
influence.
interest.
Yeah, influence on interest.
Then I'll recall the influence keeping the website up in the city.
Immediately taken down. Banned.
The
Anyway,
website you have searched for has been banned for copious amounts of being stupid.
Misinformation.
Yes, you've been banned from this network for spreading misinformation.
But Shiv will
And
turn
there's
to
a picture
the...
of a jellyfish crying in the corner because of the 404 error.
because
Searching
now
for this
there's an
website is not
extension
considered
from
sedition.
the Empress. It is her faction turn. The Empress would like to express to you interest in whether or not you are willing to accept help
Jesus.
from her people, providing possibly a space. How do I explain this?
think
Well,
tank.
Yes. For
Bunch
the
of people in a
Empress.
room throwing ideas at each other
For the
and then
Empress.
floating them past the person in charge.
Yeah.
Well, that is the goal of this city.
Would you accept that?
I would.
What do you want in turn?
Well,
Money.
what can be what can be offered?
Money.
This is the Empress that is
Well,
speaking.
that is a good point.
that I'm speaking for. There's a lot that can be offered.
I'm getting a ship out of them.
Hmm.
Although I didn't have to offer anything because they offered that.
I mean, we've already worked on building your city.
Yes. And I do thank you all for that.
Mhm.
I'm willing to help form your think tank. In turn, I would like my people to be compensated. Not me specifically, though.
Compensated how?
You know, that's a good point. We don't really have a monetary system on this planet outside of Opus, do we?
No.
Shiv just turns around, opens his tablet and is like, figure out monetary system. And then it turns back and says, that's probably going to cause problems down the road.
More likely.
I don't know why monetary systems are such a problem for people.
For the reasons established earlier.
I mean, literally, if I was planning to give, like, say, Cormac, hey, I'm going to guard your city for like 6 months, I'd be like, instead of money, free food, yeah? Cool.
That's barter system. It works
Yeah.
just as well.
That's like you paint my house, I'll give you this year's supply of corn muffins or something.
The barter system works.
Technically, the world has a barter system because we have oil from certain places.
Well, yeah. So
and
I
we
will
give
drill up
them
barrel
this.
of oil, and I will give it to you for this amount of liquid currency.
Yep, pretty much.
I believe the phrase you're looking for isn't monetary system; it's economic system.
Economic system, yeah.
So work out our new economic system. I will have to get back to you on that, but yes, I will help form your think tank.
Oh, you just use
Yours
Ignis's.
is
They do it. They do it. They do what you tell them, or you eat them.
Help me! Oh my god!
It's that cannibalism. I'm a dragon, not a human.
No, well, I mean, it's
Oh, a
cannibalism.
2d8. What is this for?
Oh?
You redeemed a 2d8.
A
What does that
2d8.
mean?
Yeah.
The fuck does 2d8 mean in this contest, Karsa?
That was an old setup. We'll give you 2 points. 2 points to your next. You'll get for your roll. You'll get 2 points. Okay. Shiv.
Okay.
2 points. So if that automatically allows for you to succeed, then you automatically succeed the next faction turn. We'll do it that way. I'll
Fair
have
enough.
to change that. That was the old tabletop game we played.
Yeah, you'll have to remove that one, because right now the only ones that really matter are the roll damage straight.
It still works, and thank you for the biddies. Okay, so
Oh, that was a bit redeem.
that was a bit redeemed. That was a nice bit redeemed. I like it. Thank you. So pretty much, the Empress has set up, given you hers, and that you are going to be the think tank for the area, helping out on things, and at the same time, you will be compensated some way. You haven't figured out how yet.
Yeah, give me a week. However, Shiv will turn to, Safi. What of the news of the incoming Thane invasion?
They're already here.
Well, I know that, but where are their
No.
current ships?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to demand that she gives them that information in a seriously roundabout way.
They're over on the thing by the thing with the thing, but it's also blue and a scorpion.
What was the question again?
Perfect.
Where are the Thane ships currently? Like, we know they're on their way. Doesn't get more blunt than that.
Well, you haven't talked to Ignis, and you haven't talked to Riley yet,
Riley.
so you do
And
not
nobody
know.
has bothered to question him about his fucking bioweapon.
Hey,
So?
I'm pretty sure I don't know about it.
Shiv has
Same.
literally mentioned it to everybody. That's what he was keeping the blood for.
And you said it, Korvac would do the exact same thing that he did that time. He shrugs and says, okay.
All right. Well, I'll give you the answer that I gave before, the last season, and see if you remember it.
Sigh. No, I do not. To the replays.
Okay.
I'll deal with the replays later.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me find it real quick. I think I sent it to Lily. she was listening to me.
And then as he turns away from Safi, he brings up like a map of the surrounding galaxy.
Gosh, it's been so long, hasn't it?
Reminds me, do you still have the galaxy map for the Empire?
Yep. I do.
Yeah, it struck back.
See if I can,
It's the Empire.
let me see if you can see
Yeah,
it.
it
I
struck
said
back.
galaxy. Sigh.
Never win this.
Of course I have
Yeah, I
that,
know you.
but I don't know if I don't think I have it.
It was
on
part.
here. Right
It
now?
was at one point.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. Because it was like episode 1, you had the freaking thing up.
That's interesting. I'm not able to search through any of the assets that you've uploaded into this game.
Really?
Really? Yeah, the only thing that I have listed under assets is my stuff specifically.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Hey, look, I could. No, get rid of that. Here we go. The city is being taken over by a nomad. Rah, my city now. Don't stop.
Dear God.
Yep.
No!
Guess what? That character is called Bob Bogey
Oh my God.
because the random name generator gave me the surname Bogey.
Okay. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Where did I put it? Still, I'm looking for it. I have it for sure.
Save time and move things along.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We can look for it post-stream.
Yep.
Because, like, I went to the little, source website of yours from way back in the day, and unfortunately the galaxy map is not part of that.
Oh, I still have it. I can show it next time for sure. Anyway,
Whoever wants to take a faction turn next.
You weren't you expecting an answer to something?
he was.
Oh, yeah.
Almost there. It all starts with a dance. A war began with a song. The spider children came and left. The dwarves fought, but the machine won. The cage will open. Opus rises. The water will be fed on all the dead. The butterfly bursts from her chrysalis.
Yeah, right now it's the Opus Rising that we're worried about.
The ships have caused a boom across the galaxy, heading to find the one that will end their torment. That's your answer. About as vague as it could get.
Which honestly tells us basically everything we already know in context. Give
Yeah.
or take 3 details.
Yeah.
Because we know what they're looking for, that we know they're not going to find it here, and I've had another idea.
Uh-oh.
But I'll save that for the next faction round.
Okay. Good.
Because there are still 2 left, and
Alright, so we got you set up. We done Riley, and now we have Raiden for your next faction turn.
This is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is faction turn 3, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Build power, like usual.
Okay, roll it.
Yay!
Good job.
2 dominions to use. And this time around, we're actually gonna
You gonna use that in the
reach
menu?
out. No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the majority of the dominion to finish up on month 4.
Oh, okay.
So if I get another dominion point, I'm gonna use the rest of the dominion to finish up on the train, because it just quote unquote to use for the builder.
Yes. All right.
So the train should be done by month 5
Okay.
easily.
Good.
So this time though, we're gonna extend interest to the dwarves.
All right. Well, the dwarves are back at their home again.
I figured, but it's just this interest is to help build the finish building the tunnel.
Didn't.
Oh, you had already gone to them once about building the
About
tunnel.
that.
Yes, but this is to help finish it.
Okay.
Because at this point, given the fact it's this is the 3rd month in, I can safely say the houses are easily done.
Yeah, they're done.
Like they would have actually been done month 1. And month 2 is just the Mixisms couldn't figure out what to do, and hence why I didn't get any dominion on it, I imagine.
Probably. They weren't sure how to fix it. They didn't know.
And month 2 is them finishing the tunnel, helping finish the tunnel.
Okay.
Like meeting them halfway, so like digging on our end, meeting them halfway.
So basically, this is just to finish that tunnel that you've already been accepted. They've already accepted from you.
Yep.
I don't believe this would be a necessary new turn for that part. If there's something more you would like from the dwarves,
That, and also learning some of the steampunk. Because I do like steampunk.
now that's a little bit more harder for you to get from them. I mean,
But I do.
they'll.
You know,
Okay, so with that in mind, you want to start with being trained in dwarven steampunk. What is it called?
Engineering.
Engineering. They will tell you the only way that they will accept training, it would be only trained to you, and you would be told that there are some things you can never tell anyone else. On top of that, you're indebted to them.
I mean, the fact that Raiden knows how to make a basic energy source that runs off of the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Because Raiden's already reverse engineered that.
Right.
I mean,
but
given the fact that I'm
they're
assuming
gonna say to you is that you'll be kind of indebted to them, because that is something that they don't like giving out.
I mean, considering the fact that it's also the digging tool thing. Yeah, no, that's what Raiden shows up with.
You show up with the digging tool.
Yeah,
Special digging tool.
Yeah, the one that we found on the at Nepi.
Uh-huh.
Raiden's using that to dig with.
So you're
The fact that
basically
I'm
giving them their
assuming-
own technology to build with.
Yeah, the fact that also Raiden also reverse engineered it.
Okay. But to get them to agree to this, there was going to be issues. They are not going to want you to be teaching this to everybody. And there would be kind of... how do I explain this?
How about this then? If it makes it easier, how about helping me figure out a different use for the power source? One that's more sustainable.
Well, okay, so...
Because, I mean, come on, let's just be honest here. I can reverse engineer your stuff, if I really wanted to. However, it's also, my interest lies, instead of actually more hostility, or instead of, quote-unquote, stealing your technology, how about working on something that's more fuel self-sufficient?
We could do that. We could help you with making a more sufficient type of energy source.
By that, I mean, given the fact that I'm also going to be using one of my own points for this.
Mm-hmm.
One of my own effort points for the word of engineer this time around. So I'm down 2 effort points for this month because I'm consistently using 1 effort point for what's it called? Scientific method.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use an effort point for cutting edge.
All right.
A perpetual engine.
They will teach you how to make a perpetual engine using the crystals. Because
Meaning
they
that-
know how to use those crystals.
Now, see, the thing is, the perpetual engine can be used in both the train and the
Mhm.
spaceship now,
Mm-hmm.
but on a larger scale for the spaceship. And the terrifying thing is that it's perpetual. I never have to refuel it. Ever.
Right. Provided that the crystal doesn't break, it will be perpetual.
Oh no, I'm not talking about using a crystal for it. I'm talking about using and creating a whole nother power source.
Okay, so you're going to create an entirely different power source.
Given the fact that they used the technology for the crystal, it means they had to have... So my thinking is this. Okay, so they used to live on the surface, right?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so that was what, thousands of years ago, right?
Yes.
So their technology has to have advanced beyond that. So meaning that they know a way to use a power source other than that.
They do. They know
So-
quite more than...
With their help and Raiden's help, he wants to make a perpetual energy source.
Okay. So the technology would be between you and them.
Yes.
Or are you going to share it among others?
That more depends. Because, I mean... I don't want the... Like, I'm not going to let it go out into enemy hands, stuff like that, because... That's not good. If it does.
I mean, if the cutting edge, I believe. One second, let me reread the PDF.
Cutting Edge basically allows me to create a dramatic advance in existing common technology, such as existing viable cloning tech. So, I mean, with the power source such as the crystals being as powerful as they are, and we have access to them, I don't see why it wouldn't be plausible to have a perpetual energy source.
They have a way of doing it. The biggest thing they're worried about is having what happened 2,000 years ago happen.
Which is the planet being damn near glassed.
Yeah.
And the fact that Raiden has no interest other than using it on the ship, meaning that only
that is their
in
biggest
the train.
worry. So they're like, we don't want this to get out.
Well, considering that only me and you guys will know how to build it, and considering that it would take time for, if anyone else were to steal the technology, it would take time for them to understand it.
Honestly, I think based on what you're talking about there, the likelihood is I would be the only other person interested in that because I'm the only other person with an actual vehicle.
I mean, I already said it would be going on the hammer. That it's what's going to power the hammer.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I just cracked my elbow.
Oh,
You're good.
Ouch.
but that
No,
is
not ouch.
that's
needed
the
that
trouble
freedom.
you're gonna get with the dwarves. Now,
They're gonna be a bunch of short-arse, pissy little bitches.
yeah.
And versus a cunning fox.
um,
Oh,
I
is
hate-
that,
oh,
is
yeah, I
that
hate
to say
myself
that the quick radioactive fox jumps over the bitchin' dwarf?
Pretty much.
I mean,
And if you use
Shiv
that for your
could've-
password, I'm totally gonna hack you.
so yeah.
I'm not.
That's your trouble that you're gonna be having for the month. Is that they will be very reluctant to give out too much information. Just because they don't want to have the planet blast again.
I mean, we plan on getting rid of the Thanes coming here. And the fact that if I really wanted to buy more... If I actually wanted to buy more time, in theory I could.
You could. Yeah.
In theory. But I would have to have both Shiv's and Riley's and possibly Ignis's help for that.
Yeah.
Because I would have to know the location of the ships, of each individual ship. Or at least the main threat ships. And I could fire a railgun or something to at least hit the engines for those ships, or the reactors, or whatever.
Alright.
It wouldn't get rid of all, but, I mean, at least I could slow them down.
So you do need to get a roll. I need a roll from you.
Okay,
Charisma.
What roll you need?
Charisma.
Oh, really? My lowest one?
Yes.
Makes sense. You're trying to convince someone to do something for you.
Yeah,
You're trying
that's
to
fair.
persuade.
Well, it's not actually my lowest one. It's one of my lower ones.
I mean, you were literally living in a jellyfish because somebody learned of this
I'm trying to think. Is there any facts
Before.
I could potentially use?
and it practically destroyed Scorpio.
I don't think there's any facts I could technically use for this.
Probably
Damn.
not. This is a
Hold
persuasion.
them bones.
I mean, the
So
only
roll 'em.
the only thing I could potentially argue is that, I mean, at one point Raiden did get along with Willis, but that's about it. And I doubt that's gonna work.
Is
Mm,
not really as a long time ago.
yeah, and you're still working
Oh,
with Willis's
Yeah, I passed
faction,
it.
but you
Yay!
managed to do it.
Barely, but yeah.
All right, so
Barely,
the
still
dwarves
passing
will help you. Now, they want something from you in return.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, a turn
Believe
and
it or
turn.
not, they've changed gods. over
Who did
time.
they change to?
They changed
That dude
gods
over there.
to Willis.
Huh.
So they went from one absent god to another. Great.
So Ryan's gonna be like, wait, so you went from one You went from one absent god to another absent god that's in
Well,
prison
we were
right now.
abandoned, but we plan on getting our god out. Getting our man out.
Oh, you fuckers. Oh,
I
you're gonna die.
don't
Oh,
believe
you're gonna
that
die.
Let me explain to you why I don't think that's a good idea. Okay?
Why?
You want someone who created the things. Yeah, the things that glassed this planet the first time.
Actually, I don't think it was
They
them
didn't
directly.
do it. They didn't do it.
Oh, who was it that glassed the planet the first time?
It was just an
Themselves.
interplanetary. Yeah, it was literally just all of them deciding to war with themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Humans, elves,
The threat
and
that's
dwarves
coming here,
alike.
right? The threat that is coming here. That can wipe out this planet if they wanted to. Your god created them. I don't think it's a good idea to let him out. Plus, to top it off, you want him out. I can't stop another god from wanting to, or another one of us, from effectively committing genocide. I can't stop him.
It took us all the last time to restrain him the first time.
I mean, to be fair, we actually abused the situation and took him out fairly easily.
Yeah.
So,
Ignis
Let-
coughs during his daily life.
I will put it as simple as this. What you're wanting is not advisable. You went from one god who basically ignored you to a god that went insane.
You want to
Remind you that
Valkyrie?
Mitchell Graves
Now-
is in league with that. It's in league with Willis.
Actually, he
And-
is. He is in league.
And I
Or
mean,
was.
the guy you got, the man you followed at least helped Willis. The one who went completely freaking insane. Versus the one who's, at least now you have help from, well, not really a god per se. I wouldn't really classify myself as one, even though technically I think I am. I don't know.
You mean
They're not-
there's a term that's been brought up a long time ago. It's called ascended.
Well, I'm one of them then. But, however, the thing is that you guys want someone who is more harm than good. Yes, grant you, did I like him? To a point. Yes, I at least admired him. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's a good idea. And one of the other Ascended will come after you. I can't stop him.
Who would come after us?
The one that punched through the cave.
Okay, you remember the one that helped punch through the star metal? Or punched around it?
Yes.
Him. The one who literally can punch through star metal. If he wanted to.
That's two of them. Two that can do that.
And I don't know about another Ascended. I mean, he might come after you too, and he's probably even stronger. So, I have no way to stop them. If they decide to come.
So you can't help us.
To that extent of getting your god out of prison, no. The most I could do is maybe check up on him, but that's it. I can't get him out.
I'll be
and
back. I gotta check on dinner.
We'll
I'm
accept
sorry.
that.
We get him. You try to get him out. You're committing genocide.
We'll accept you checking on him.
That's the most I can do. I'm sorry.
We'll accept you checking on him.
Okay.
Now,
That I can work with.
we'll talk about this after, because after this faction turn is done with, I think it's Cormac's last? Yeah, Cormac's last. I'm gonna talk to you off character, or off stream real quick before you leave.
Alright.
So, Cormac, you're last for this turn.
Mine might take a minute, so we might want to just lead off with it next week.
Alright, we'll stop here then, because it is already 2 o'clock. 2:09 precise. It's been a lot of fun. You guys had fun?
Yeah. Sorry I was late.
Oh, it's understandable.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm pretty sure my character sheet's off. How much effort should I actually have since we're level 4? I'm assuming 5?
Yeah.
Did you use any?
Yeah, but I don't know why it said I was down to 3 for some reason.
Probably had effort committed or spent and just forgot to mark it off after our last fight.
Right.
Potentially, yeah.
That might be the reason.
Hey, we're level 5, right?
No,
yeah, I
we're
believe so.
level 4. I know.
You're 4 because you were given both the faction turns for this and some dominion at the end of that last story.
Oh yeah, we are level 4.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I don't know why I thought it was 5. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, I've spent.
Unless you get another source of effort, your total effort pool is level +1.
Okay, so it's 5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And right now I'm constantly using at least one effort. 2 for this month.
Okay.
And so by end of month 4, the train should be done. Power source should be done. And yeah, no, this is gonna be interesting.
And I guess that brings us to Cormac for the last faction turn before we raid.
No.
Literally, we're not paying attention.
Oh. We've already said
No,
no.
I said I was going AFK to check on dinner.
Yeah, that means you weren't paying attention, because you couldn't, because you weren't here.
Checkmate.
Well, I gotta make sure it doesn't burn.
No, you don't.
You sure?
I mean, if you slow cook it, it ain't gonna burn.
Oh no, he doesn't have to actually do it. He can just let it burn and be like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, that's true too.
Except I do care, because I'm the one that's also gotta
What?
eat it.
Well, it sounds like a skill
Look,
issue.
here's the thing, right? Get a flamethrower, go deal with the food, and then when you dish it up, say a prayer first.
All right. So that was our game for the day. It was a lot of fun. On Wednesday, we will be doing we're doing Soul Mask. And then on Friday, I am starting Parkasaurus.
Parkasaurus Rex.
Parkasaurus is a game where I basically make Jurassic Park.
I mean, there's an actual Jurassic Park game.
This
There are
was bought
several.
for me, so I have to play it.
That's fair.
And so Parkasaurus will be what we play on Friday, and on Sunday, I will actually be starting up the tarot streams
Yeah.
again. Yay! Alright. Let's go ahead and head to the Hellfather, since he's the only one on right now. and go from there. Everyone, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. If you do not know the raid yet, and you may or you may not, the raid message is, if I can get it to go through. Yay. That is our raid message for you. Okay, copy. And then if you do not know our YouTube and would like to join our YouTube, this is our YouTube for Twitch. And for YouTube is just my name with TTV for Twitch. And finally, if you haven't already joined our Discord, here is our Discord. And there we go. All right. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.
There it goes.
I peeked.
You always peek.
Yeah.
Don't even try to fight it anymore.
I don't. All right. We're going. So, Bryden.
What's up?
I'm about to raid now. So, there we go. Raiding. Yay!